What's happening, everybody? We are back. We are live in action. Welcome, 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 guys. I did not realize I wasn't live during my countdown, but we are live now. Welcome in, guys. Happy Thursday to you guys. A lot going on in the crypto space, as always. We've got you covered right here. A lot of insane crypto alpha right now, some major crypto news to talk about, and the hottest token right now is what you see on screen. We're going to talk a little bit more about this. This has been absolutely insane, what we've seen here from this particular token, guys. Wow. Crazy, crazy, crazy what we've seen here out of Neiro. Neiro has one of the craziest narratives out there right now, and this thing has staying power, in my opinion. If you guys are looking at what I'm looking at, this is a $180 million market cap, and you're like, wait a minute. What is this? Neiro? It looks like a Shiba Inu dog. Well, it's not just any Shiba Inu dog, guys. It's a $180 million market cap crypto, just launched on July 27th. You remember Kabasu, the official Dogecoin dog? The meme that, it keeps on memeing. Excuse me, the meme that keeps on memeing. That dog passed away a couple months ago, right? If you guys remember that. Well, this particular dog, Neiro, is the actual sister to that dog. You want to talk about a strong narrative? That is a super, super strong narrative. This is the actual dog, the sister to Kabasu, Neiro. So does this thing have Shiba Inu and Dogecoin potential, guys? Maybe. Just maybe this is the SHIB and Doge of this cycle. We've been waiting for something like this. Now, we didn't miss out on Doge. We didn't miss out on SHIB. I bought this yesterday during the big pump, right in here around 13 or 12 cents. So it's about $120 million market cap. You guys know how I feel about going in heavy at these type of levels. Yes, we're going to get into the XRP stuff as well, 100%. But I wanted to highlight this thing because it's the hottest thing in crypto right now. Insane. Absolutely insane. We'll get back to Neiro in a little bit, but yeah, the big news story, or one of the big news stories right now, is XRP and the meeting between the SEC. So we just put that video out, but this is what it covered. So Ripple versus SEC closed door meeting abruptly canceled. Now, this could be actually bullish. This could be actually bullish for XRP. This could be a bullish sign. We got Brian in the house. Good morning to everybody out there. Make sure you guys smash the like button. If you're over on X, retweet it, hit the like button, drop a comment. How's everybody doing? Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's a beautiful day. Let's smash the like button, share on all socials, depending on where you're watching. This is 100% BS. What is? What is 100% BS? The fact that they canceled this meeting or what? Finish the case between SEC and Ripple. It's okay. Sounds like they are stalling. I think so too. And the thing is, the government is pivoting right now with crypto. So are they done ruling with an iron fist, right? Good morning, Brenda. How are we doing? But this meeting was supposed to happen today. This could be a bullish thing, though, because they are pivoting and becoming, less harsh on crypto right now. They could be changing their tune, or it could mean that Ripple is about to win this lawsuit and XRP is about to fly. XRP's prices looked really, really strong over the past few weeks. That is for sure. So good morning to everybody out there. What do you guys think this is about? And we'll get into some of these specifics here. I highlighted this in my video that was out, but in case you missed it, it's all good. We got you covered right here. That video is still out on the channel where we highlighted everything that's basically in this article and gave some different thoughts and ideas around it. But we'll highlight it as well for you guys here on this live stream. But glad to have everybody with us. Glad to have a bunch of people back in here. Good morning, Cody. Could it mean that Torres actually decided the outcome? That's a scenario, 100%. It could mean that the outcome is already done, and that's why they canceled the meeting. They don't need it anymore. It could mean that they're pivoting, the SEC just from how they look at crypto. It could mean a lot of things. It could mean a lot of things. Meetings do get canceled for a lot of reasons. It's not really a huge deal. It's not a huge deal because we don't know of anything, but we can speculate. It's certainly weird. It's certainly out of the ordinary. So the Ripple versus SEC closed door meeting scheduled for today generated a lot of attention. Many predicted that the case would end today. However, to everyone's disappointment, the meeting was again canceled, and there were no specific answers from Ripple and the SEC. I don't know if this is to everyone's disappointment because, again, this could be a bullish sign. This could be a bullish sign. And XRP's price, by the way, is holding up pretty nice. Overall market kind of relatively flat. I mean, it's down a little bit still, but XRP down 6+%, but still holding above 61 cents. Yes, we popped up to 65 cents here in the last month where we're up 26%. But honestly, still looking good. Breakfast Club is running today. Yep. Yeah, it's up there. We got the Breakfast Club link right here. Actually, let's post this again. See you at 9:30. Let's go. There you go. It's right there. We're doing a giveaway too on the space today, so make sure you guys hammer this. Giving away $100 in 3 different cryptos that we had on the Breakfast Club yesterday. Let's go XRP, $2 to $5 pump for Monday morning's crypto boom. That would be insane. Are you going to buy a Kendu Chad live today? I've heard about that. So going back to this story here, SEC unexpectedly canceling closed-door meeting. What's the agenda? Vandal, Black Swan Capitalist, says, it makes sense. There's nothing else to discuss on internally orchestrated lawsuit. This would kind of indicate that Torres has already come to her conclusion on what's going to happen here. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that's what's going on? Do you think Torres already has her final decision made and there's no need for this meeting to take place? Could be. It could be. This could be it. Crypto's becoming a political issue. Too many voters that the Dems don't want to lose. And that is a big topic here, Marius, because the Democrats are now switching their tune with crypto. That could be a reason why this got canceled, because Democrats who are currently in power were very against crypto. The SEC was ruling with an iron fist, and now it seems as if they're switching their tune and opening the door, and they want to rekindle relationships and all of that. Now, the same co-founder of Black Swan Capitalists says that the Ripple SEC lawsuit on Thursday has been canceled. He implies the lawsuit seems more about internal regulatory maneuvering than actual legal dispute, suggesting nothing new to discuss here. The mention of the Sunshine Act notice hints at procedural formalities rather than significant legal updates. No doubt about it, Paul. I mean, everybody's going after that vote. They want to get that crypto vote. I just want Doge to hit 36 cents. Is that too much to ask for? No, Cody, I think that could definitely happen. I think that can definitely happen. We're just waiting for that big retail push and altcoin season to start. And the likely September rate cuts just coincide with election getting closer. Oh, 100%, Chris. That's a political move for sure. Political move for sure. Sheesh is back in the building. Shib Defender, Sheesh looking great, man. After the Crypto Breakfast Club, still setting new all-time highs. This was Sheesh from the Breakfast Club yesterday. Look at that. Still looking really good. Shout out to Sheesh. And Neiro, man. Neiro, 177 mil market cap. This thing is crazy right now, guys. This crazy narrative. It's the Doge, the official Dogecoin dog's sister. Hot number one on Ethereum right now. Up 156%. My oh my. Just launched on the 27th. Crazy. But going back to the XRP stuff. Why the SEC is avoiding closed-door meetings. The SEC's avoidance of the meeting could be due to recent court rulings favoring crypto, which may be forcing the agency to reconsider its stance. The second factor that's causing the delay is the increasing political pressure from the U.S. administration as Trump seeks to court the crypto community, which could be influencing regulatory strategies. And we know that Kamala, while she didn't go to the Bitcoin event, she seems as if she's changing her tune a little bit with crypto, and the whole Democratic Party wants those votes too. Judge Beebe says something is going on with XRP that we don't know. Joseph Johnson in the house. What's up, Joseph? How we doing, man? Good morning to you. Thanks for being a member. Say smash the like button. Yes, I agree with Joseph on that. Smash that like button for us. A stance change on anything with the government takes ages. Yeah, they don't move fast. That is for sure. They do not move fast. They do not move fast. I got to get to work. Thanks for all you do. Have a good one. Appreciate you, Cody. Thanks for being with us, brother. Good morning from Arizona. Crypto Thon, what's going on? Maybe Gary quit. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but we're speculating. Now, Garlinghouse, we know his stance and what he's been saying. It says here, the SEC's repeated delays indicate a potential lack of evidence in the Ripple case. This is another scenario. Why would they delay if they felt confident about where they stand? So this could actually be a good thing for XRP. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse, of course, has not held back in his criticism of the SEC. He's been very adamant about it. He's pointed to the SEC's recent decision to withdraw its classification, if you guys remember, just happened recently, of Cardano, of Solana, of Polygon. The withdrawal of its classification of these top cryptos as securities as a glaring example of the agency's hypocrisy. But it also shows that they're pivoting away from ruling with an iron fist and seemingly opening the door for some type of regulation or regulatory rollout where XRP could be included in it. Maybe that's why they're kicking the can down the road, because they're working on some bigger infrastructure here. That could be something very interesting. Garlinghouse argues that this move reflects the SEC's inconsistent and problematic handling of crypto regulations, further intensifying criticism of the agency's approach. Barkoshi's calling everybody out who has not hit the like button. Guys, it is not freaking hard. Smash the damn like button. Come on. You could do it. You could do it. And if you're on X, guys, it's not hard. It's not a hard thing to do. Hit this retweet button right now. This retweet button right now. Look, that was me just screaming to hit the retweet button. I'm going to hit it right now. Boom. Insane Crypto Alpha, major crypto news. Smash the retweet button on this, guys. Smash the retweet button on that. All right, run this baby up. I want at least 10 retweets when I come back to this page. Actually 20. I want 20. XRP walking on thin ice again. So this is regarding the price movement. We'll take a look at the XRP's price too. Actually, we'll take a look at it on the real chart here. But it says here, it recently broke above multi-year resistance trend line, closing July with a significant 31% gain as it closed at 62 cents. Despite a 0.72% decline yesterday, recently XRP touched 65 cents, first time since March. Analysts are optimistic about further gains. We've seen even the XRP haters come out and basically say, hey, as much as we don't like XRP, there could be something brewing here with the price. A $2 price target is not out of the realm of possibilities if we break through some crucial resistance lines here. We have potential targets all the way up to $1. If bullish momentum continues, XRP could see some substantial upward movement. We've got room to run here with XRP. So regardless if you're an XRP maxi, you're longing XRP, trading XRP is certainly a good idea right now. You could do so on leverage over on Margex. If you want a spot platform and you want to help support my channel and support me doing this every day, sign up with BITUNIX as well, or Margex. BITUNIX has futures, spot, everything. Margex is a leverage platform. You could trade your XRP or any top crypto on either one of these platforms. The links are down below at the top of the description. It's a great way to give back to me if you're going to be trading crypto anyway. And I truly appreciate it, truly grateful. It does help me do this every single day. You know, here on YouTube, we don't make worlds of money. We do it by, affiliate marketing, partnering up with projects. And we do it when Brenda is very courteous. Thank you so much, Brenda. Happy new month, Zach, and blessings to us all. We appreciate you. Brenda, thank you so much. We started doing these live streams Monday through Friday now. They're really taking off, and we've got the Crypto Breakfast Club Monday through Friday now. It's 3 hours every Monday through Friday, and I absolutely love it. It's just a joy to be with you guys every single day, so much, much appreciated. So that's what's going on with a price standpoint. For millions of investors, it says seeking crypto policy reform. Ripple versus SEC represents the hope. This says XRP's losing ground with every Ripple versus SEC delay. Maybe. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Will this lawsuit end? Will there be some bigger regulatory, blueprint where XRP is included in it? What do you guys think this means? The fact that this has been canceled here today. I'm under the impression that this is actually bullish. How many retweets we got on that thing? Only 4? What the hell's going on? Guys, smash this retweet button. Now we got 5. Okay. Guys, hammer this retweet button. Let people know we're live on X. Let people know we're live on X. XRP seems to be holding 60 cents right now quite well. Yes, it does. Yes, it is. We dipped down to right at 60 cents and bounced off it nicely. This is the daily on XRP. Nothing is more powerful than an idea whose time has come. Then both parties are going in the same direction. Don't underestimate how far this will take crypto in this cycle. It's a great point, Michael. It's a great point. Daniel said, who's in control of profits? Now, don't we think that they notice the decline in cash dollar value digging into their pocket? They just want to try and have maximum control and maximize freedom, or minimize freedom. Brenda, welcome. Ripple, stay strong. Oh, thank you again, Brenda. Appreciate you. Ripple, stay strong. Let's go, Brenda. No clue. End of next year. have a good analytical review yesterday. Had a good analytical review yesterday, covering a little of everything, including the memes and political affairs. Yeah, we try to break down everything here on the channel, Sophia, so appreciate that. Thank you for the kind words. This will end when regulations come. CAS has been crushing it, Joseph. It's still doing well. CAS is still doing well, up to 20.5 cents. We got really close to an all-time high. Where did the all-time high hit here? Yeah, yesterday. All-time high was hit yesterday. 12 hours ago, we hit an all-time high on CASPA. You love to see that. All-time high hit on CASPA, 27.5 was the all-time high. Beautiful. Top 5 holding of ours, guys. It's certainly one to watch in this bull cycle. There's no doubt about it. But XRP is holding up really nicely right now. Really, really nicely. Morning, Zach. I just want to say thanks for your videos and live streams. Bull market is around the corner. God bless everyone. Like and subscribe. Andy, thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. Much, much appreciated. Appreciate all the kind words, guys. And it doesn't go unnoticed. I just love doing this every single day, man. Absolutely love it. And couldn't do it without you guys. Salvatore, what happened? Well, XRP, the meeting was canceled, okay? The meeting was canceled here. There was supposed to be a, meeting today. It did not go off. But many people speculating why that could be. XRP glitched on Mexi, went up to $2. That happens a lot. What is it? What it is, brother? What up, Vito? Global liquidity rising, only a matter of time before we moon. Yes, I've been tracking that as well, Milkshake. Got our iced coffee this morning, went to Dunkin'. We go back and forth. We show love even to some local coffee shops too. And if you have not yet subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure you do so, guys. We are dangerously close from 149,000 followers or subscribers. We're getting close to that 150K mark. I want to crush that before this year, before this month. I want to crush it before August 15th. Halfway through the month, I want to crush it. So if you guys want to help me get to 150, we are not far away, about 1,100 away. I think we can get there in the next 2 weeks. Jasmine making moves soon. I love Jasmine, man. She hit a new all-time high. Love the Shark Tank. We had a blast. Just might be back. Yeah, it was great, man. It's a great show yesterday. If you guys missed Shark Tank Wednesday yesterday, we do the Crypto Breakfast Club X Space every Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 11:30. We stream it right here live on these live streams. We go live for a little bit before, and then we go right into the Crypto Breakfast Club. So Crypto Breakfast Club is going to be at 9:30 today, as always, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Appreciate that, Vito. How do you know when the bottom is in? Well, I mean, I think the bottom's been in for a while, since 2023. The big reversal happened in October of last year. That's where the big reversal started to happen. And I think October this year is going to be insane. That's just my 2 cents. I think the back half of this year is where we're really going to see some massive moves forward. That's the sentiment I have. So we've got that happening with XRP. We've also got some other top stories. If we go over to latest news, here's another XRP story. US T-bills coming to the XRP ledger. So Ripple has announced the introduction of US Treasury bills on the XRP ledger via tokenization platform Open Eden. Treasury bills are short-term debt obligations by the U.S. government. More than $1 billion worth of U.S. Treasury notes have already been tokenized on public blockchains. Ripple's allocated $10 million to T-bill tokens issued by OpenEden. Marcus Infanger, Senior Vice President of RippleX, has stated that bills represent another example of how it is possible to tokenize real-world assets. He added institutions are actively exploring tokenization opportunities. We know Larry Fink is all in at BlackRock. Tokenized versions of Treasury bills help investors diversify their portfolios. So Ripple outlined their vision for tokenization earlier this year, and don't sleep on Ripple in the tokenization area. We've got this story out. Analyst says Solana will go ballistic in the mania-like stage. Targets $600 for Sol. So one of the top traders out there believes Solana will pump like crazy when it finds rapid adoption in this bull cycle. As of now, BlackRock hesitant to embrace Sol and launch spot ETFs in the coming days. A BlackRock executive said the company's current focus is on Bitcoin and Ethereum, but that can change. That can change on a dime. Yeah, Charles, we've seen it. It's in pre-sale phases. It's interesting. It actually has interesting utility. We'll see what happens. You never know with pre-sale until it's live. We are expecting to see an interest rate cut in September still. One of the reasons why we're very bullish on Q4 of this year. 75% of Dogecoin holders still in profit. That's pretty crazy. Where's Doge at? I think Doge is very undervalued still. Sitting here at 12 cents. That's crazy though. 75% of Dogecoin investors in profit at 12 cents. It's pretty nuts. What's up, Chris? How we doing, man? Good morning, Big Z. Emacs in the house. What's up, baby? What's up? What's going on? What coins and tokens are going to be the top movers and players? How much time you got? Oh, nothing like a good stretch. Yeah. Oh, I think Dogecoin's undervalued, Aaron. Bitcoin and Ethereum, backbone of my portfolio. I think Solana's going to have a big run. I think XRP could have a big run. Cardano, I think, will wake up. I think SHIB is undervalued. Avalanche is undervalued. Chainlink is undervalued. I mean, Caspa's killing it right now. I still think it's undervalued. Caspa's climbing the charts, guys. Caspa's not far away from getting into the top 15, really, when you look at this. I mean, the way it's moved, I mean, we're almost in the top 20 right now with CAS. It's crazy. And it's not even listed on the big dog exchanges yet. Think about that. Caspa's not even listed on the big exchanges yet. When that happens, who knows? Who knows how high we can go? I got some guys here coming in about to work on the basement. So they might be walking in right behind me, just so you guys know, just so you're aware. Dylan, good morning, man. How we doing? That's a great sign in a project. You know they understand how to take profits and they are not cheating. Which one are you talking about, Barkoshi? I mean, Daniel, you can make the argument Caspa is like a store of value, like Bitcoin. It's proof of work. It is listed on Uphold. But they're also bringing smart contracts, Daniel. They're bringing smart contracts. They're supposed to roll out here very soon. So obviously there's a ton of use cases there. So there's going to be meme coins and all of that on CAS. Bitcoin's doing that too, but what's up?
What's up, man?
Good morning. What's up?
Good morning,
No, Dylan. What did it do? BTBT. Let me check it. You said that's a stock? Here we go. Bit Digital. It looks really good. XT Algo, my trading indicator, called it here back in May. This is the daily. Up 43% last 72 days since the momentum up. So if we were looking at this stock way back then, it would have told you to get in at around $2.63. And now it's sitting at $3.81. That looks pretty solid, actually. XRP holding up nicely here. Morning, Denise. Doge, but in general... Oh, Dogecoin. Got you, Barkoshi. Yeah, 75% of Dogecoin holders in profit. Pretty crazy. Oh. I've got the Nano X ledger. I do trust them, yeah. What is up with XRP? We're trying to figure that out. They canceled that meeting today. Essential projects to the new system will run. This run could be longer due to things being used that have not been used, in my opinion. That's a giant Dunkin' coffee cup. Good morning. 100%. Gotta get the caffeine. Finally, someone telling the truth about crypto. Hey, Zach, thank you for your constant hard work. It's said when one loves what they do, it's not considered work. Exactly, Peter. I enjoy it, man. Caspa is available on a lot of different exchanges, actually. Just not the big dogs. But if you go here and go to markets, it's on Bybit, Gate, KuCoin, Mexi, BitGet, BingX. What's the highest volume? Gate. But yeah, it's still available on all these exchanges. Somebody said Uphold too in the US. Good morning. What's expected from XRP meeting today? The meeting got canceled. Yeah, the meeting got canceled. So that's what we were talking about here. I put a video out right before I came on live talking about this too. So there's a full video out. It's getting some good traffic too because I highlighted all of the things you need to know. And I mean, there's a lot of speculation around why it got canceled, but I think it could be a good thing, to be honest. If they were confident in their stance and, were ready to fight or whatever, they wouldn't cancel the meeting. I think the SEC is flipping because the overall sentiment in crypto is changing. That's my 2 cents. That's my 2 cents. They're not ready for the XRP. Smash the like and subscribe button. Yes, definitely do that. It helps us out tremendously. This is my only but favorite morning crypto show. Appreciate that, G. Maybe Ripple case was canceled due to an agreement already met. Exactly. That is one scenario for sure. Maybe Torres already has her decision made. Maybe there's no need to meet. And that's kind of what we talked about here. Analyst predicts Bitcoin at 200K, Ethereum at 15K in the 2024 bull run. Ash Crypto. What do you guys think? How high does Bitcoin run to in this cycle? What do you guys think? Yeah, Cass is on Uphold too, yeah. Craig, I'm trying to get him to go live more, man, but, old man crypto doesn't want to go live. He likes to just do his videos and be done. So you gotta bring that up to him on his videos, man. I've been trying to get him to go live for a while now. He doesn't want to budge. He likes what he's doing. Is Mandoc still alive? I'm not quite sure. I remember that one from previous run, though. Again, it got canceled. Yeah. XRP meeting got canceled. Oh, wow. We're only 13 minutes away from the Breakfast Club starting up, guys. Good morning. Bought a little SHIB and Andy this morning. Here you go, Josh. 125 to 140K. That's your Bitcoin prediction. Crypto G says 85K. XRP, Jasmy. What you think? I love Jasmy, man. 215K, Shane. I'm conservative with my predictions. Yeah, I think 120K, and here's why. That's my take. Because historically, Bitcoin has always doubled 6 months after the Bitcoin halving. So what did it happen in April? May, June, July, August, September, October. So technically, by October, Bitcoin's price has always doubled from the halving. We were right around 60,000. So if history repeats itself, $120,000 Bitcoin by later this year, October, November timeframe. That is, again, just a prediction. I don't have a crystal ball, obviously. But if history repeats itself, that's where we could or should be. Bitcoin 100K this year, and next year we peak out at 250K. Wow, Dylan, that's crazy. That's crazy. So this Neiro, $164 million market cap. Have you guys seen this thing on Ethereum? Crazy, crazy. This might be a decent entry here. Let's check out the hourly. This is Neiro hourly chart. It's definitely on a little bit of a pullback. This might be an entry here. I got in around 120 mil yesterday, right in here when we consolidated for a little bit yesterday. This looks really good though, man. Neiro is the actual sister to the official Dogecoin dog. Crazy. Still holding clique high. Austin just shills a bunch of pre-sales now. I mean, he still does regular content too. Never had a BTC ETF before though. Correct. Do you think the Bitcoin ETF should help the price or hurt the price? There are some people who say it'll keep the price from moving because they can manipulate it more. There are other people who say, well, there's more positive than negative there because you're going to have more inflows than outflows over time. I'm in the camp of that second argument, that I think over time it's a benefit to Bitcoin, not a negative. It's more of a positive than a negative. That's my 2 cents. Simply because this isn't a catalyst that just begins and ends when the Ethereum ETF goes, or Bitcoin or Ethereum ETF go live. This is something that is a slow drip over time, in my opinion. XYO, anything good about them in the last few months of plans? Have not heard anything relevant to invest yet. It's at a low, very tempted to make a move. What about when? I like when as a meme coin. I think it's an interesting play. I haven't looked at their chart though in a while. Let's see. When on Sol, 87 mil still. That's good. Is this the right one? That volume, is that volume right? Only 1.5K? Is that accurate? No, this is more accurate. Here you go. Yeah, that makes more sense. 693K. Sitting at 90 mil market cap. Went as high as, what did it get up to? About 200, 300? Yeah, that meeting was canceled today, if you guys are wondering about that. We covered that in our video before we went live, and we covered it here at the top of the live stream. Blue crew in here. Who's the blue crew? BTC to 130K. Yeah, I think we were closer to 65 even at the halving, right? I don't know exactly where we were. Somewhere between 60 and 65. Appreciate all the new subscribers here too, guys. If you haven't yet subscribed, make sure you guys do so. Hit the like button down there if you're on YouTube. If you're on X, hit that retweet button for us right here. Got 9 retweets now. We need more. We need 20. We need at least 20. Breakfast Club starts in 7 minutes. I don't know anything about that, E4. Appreciate you there, EMAC. Definitely appreciate it. A lot of great information. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, you're always here with us, man. You're always rocking with us. The bubbles today look pretty bad. Not gonna lie, not great right now. AVE and AIOZ. I don't even know what that is. AIOZ up 11%. AVE up a little bit. Other than that, not much. So it's definitely a red day. It's a good day to DCA. Good day to buy up your favorite assets on a cheap day. Guys, I'll be right back. I got to take a quick bathroom break. Be right back. Breakfast Club starting in 5 minutes here too. I'll be right back. Crypto Breakfast Club getting ready to start up here, guys, in about 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Okay, whew. Feels good. 100%. Got more canine and bone today. Bad? You mean everything on sale? Well, I mean, it's looking bad from price standpoint, but yeah, everything's on sale. It's good if you're a buyer. Yeah, K9 I think is going to jump here, especially next month. I'll be at, well, this month. It's August 1st, isn't it? A couple weeks. We'll be in Toronto. We'll be out there for 4 or 5 days. Can't wait for that. Bought more Volt and XRP today. Nice. BTC 135K by the end of the year. 195 to 200 by March 2025. Okay. That's not a bad prediction. That's kind of in line with what a lot of people have said. Yeah, definitely hit the like button, Denise, if you haven't already. No, Crypto G, I don't think I'm going there. When is it? Singapore in September, though. Might drop even more after the Fed meeting September 18th when they cut rates, then pump mid-October. I can see that, Craig. Morning, Jack. How we doing? XRP is dead. I don't think so. I don't think so. Bonk's one I've traded quite a bit, but I have not necessarily invested in. But yeah. All right, guys, we are getting ready for the Breakfast Club. We're going to fire it up. We're going to fire it up. Let's get going here, guys. Breakfast Club. It's time. So the space has started. There we go. We got people coming in now. Nice. That's Paid's favorite music. Look at that. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Breakfast Club. We are back live. Appreciate you guys rocking with us. We're live on YouTube. I didn't even hear
any music.
Oh, really? Oh, it was. I mean, it was just a nice little background music. Or is that the only music I can hear, or what?
Yeah, there was no music playing. It was just quiet in here.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I heard it. It was lovely. It was putting me to sleep.
I think that's in your own brain, my friend.
No, it definitely plays. It definitely play. I don't know, but welcome, guys. Welcome to the Crypto Breakfast Club. We're coming off a high like no other. Man, yesterday was insane. We had an unbelievable Shark Tank Wednesday. I don't know if you guys have seen Sheesh this morning. Oh yes, Sheesh is looking good. And just some great projects yesterday. Market's pulling back a little bit today, but we're still in a really good spot, guys. We're still in a really good spot. It's a great day to DCA into your favorite projects. I want to start off real quick, Zach. Have you seen this token called Neiro? Have you seen this?
Oh God. Oh yeah, I posted it. I posted 14 hours ago. I got into it, but I actually have a lot to talk about. Maybe we'll get some more people in the room about this. So there are so many red flags around that token, and I'll explain why. Maybe later.
Yo, didn't I send you guys that contract? Wait, Zach, didn't I send you that contract like 3 days ago?
For Neiro?
Can you run this?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't remember, Paige.
Hang on.
I was sipping too much tea.
Yeah. Well, Zach, I want to hear from that, but I talked with the team yesterday. I met with the team yesterday. And so far I was impressed, but there's something in the contract that doesn't look good. I'm actually working with them, so now I want to know what's going on.
Okay, so there's a few things. All right, well, I want to know. This might change my thought depending on what you say about the team, but I can go through it here. Let me pull it up. So I deep dive into this. Let me just pull it up. I gotta just find it over here. Hold on. So, all right. So the red flags on this are very low LP. So if you look at the liquidity, I forgot what the liquidity says, like 1.5 million. There's actually only six. Yeah, what is it?
Yeah, market cap now is at 154 million. I'm showing this live on the screen, guys, too. It just ran up to like 170. Actually, it ran up over 200 million already. It got to 210 million, which is insane. 152 million market cap, only 1.46 million in liquidity so far.
Okay, so when I ran this through my bot, I capped it at, when I ran it, the market cap was 180 million. Market cap, but the actual liquidity is 641K. So obviously it's lower now since the market cap's lower. There's a few problems with this one. The LP is completely unlocked, which scares me a little bit for a new token. And the red flags are obviously very low LP. Max wallet set tax, trading disable, max transaction whitelist. And this is the biggest red flag to me right here is the Uniswap V2 pair, they're external contracts. So even though this contract is renounced, they can pull the liquidity through a separate contract. And I deep dived into the deployer wallet and they had some Harris token, but I think that might have been airdropped. I don't think they have anything to do with that, but I did see through last 24 hours is they enabled the external contract to pull ETH out of it, pretty much the liquidity, if they want to. So that kind of scares me a little bit. So as a trader and what I do for the technical stuff, I would, my personal opinion, just me, doesn't have to be anyone else, is this would be a trading token, but not a long-term hold for me.
Okay,
even though
that's fair.
Looks exciting. Even though it looks exciting and the market cap's really high, but you got to look at the liquidity. And, at 180 million market cap, there was only 631. So that scares me. And the fact that all the LP is external contracts, it scares people because when you look on Dex Tools and Dex Screener, you'll see the contracts renounced. But, yeah, that might be for those functions. But the actual fucking money in the token can be pulled because it's an external contract. So that is the kind of due diligence I do around this. So I do get excited, but I don't. Like, for me, it's a trading token because there's a lot of volume and money, but not a long-term hold for me personally.
No, that's fair. I'll go back with some of these questions. This is what I love. Zach, if you could, it doesn't have to be right now, but write those down and I'll go back and try to get them answered. I will say this, guys. I met with the team yesterday. They doxed. There's a lot of connections between the team here and Brett. So I hear that, and I wonder if they're planning on locking liquidity. But if they're out there, and we know what Brett did, I don't know. This is interesting, though. I appreciate this because I want to go back and ask these questions and see what I can find out.
Yeah, and I did see some. I actually went through Etherscan and checked the transaction hashes. Most of them are legit, like moving like $1,300 to Dex Tools. I get that. That's a paid. I did that with mine. I understand that. And then I saw one where they moved some tokens to a separate wallet, which could be, could be the owner getting a little portion of it, which was not a lot compared to the market cap and liquidity. So those weren't the big red flags, but the external LP stuff scares me a little bit because the liquidity is not locked, and at any moment they can pull it. So for me, it's a trading token, in and out quick, and see how it plays, and it's fresh. If they lock it, that's different. But I did deep dive into this after I saw it and posted this on X, I think 14 hours ago, about this Neiro token. I'm like, almost sounds too good to be true. And then I looked at the LP news. You guys got to look when it says like a million. Always cut it in half. So it's kind of a false reality, but that's how it is, because usually when you launch a token, you only put 51% minimum into LP. So I know Shelby's yelling at me. I just said this. I'm just trying to, for new investors, some of that stuff can be, you think it's all gravy, but it's really not. And it's usually half. So whenever I look at, liquidity, I always cut it in half. And that's usually what it is. But yeah, the V2 stuff scares me a little bit. Even though the contract's renounced, they can still pull it. And they did enable the function a couple of days ago. So I did see that. They paid a little bit of ETH and, made that function. Yeah. But it's not that they pulled it, but the function is now, you can do it. And I think they did that. I have to confirm, but I think they did that before the renounce. So I'll check more into that and give you the proper information on when they did that. But if they did it after the renounce, then there's a problem even with the renounce contract. So to me, there's too many red flags for it to be a long play for myself. But trading wise, you can make some money, definitely.
100%. Yeah, 100%. I'm asking those questions right now, by the way, Zach. So if we get answers during the space, I'll come back to it. I will say this: if some of these issues that you've brought up are resolved, the narrative here is insane. So Neiro's the actual sister dog to the dog that died, the official Doge dog. So this could have staying power if they go ahead and lock liquidity, if they address some of these concerns that Zach has brought up. This could be a really good opportunity. I got in at around $110 million market cap yesterday. So I'm in a trade. It's already back up to 172. I mean, look at that. The volume here is insane. Right. But I agree, liquidity not locked. I would imagine. Let me check Brett, because Brett's got to be locked, right?
Yeah, you can check it right on there.
Brett's not locked.
Yeah. I'm gonna run that thing through my bot too. I'll check all this out. But the biggest question is, why is the LP so low on such a big people behind it?
Yeah. Now Brett's liquidity is similar, right? Because it's a $1.2 billion market cap, 12 million in liquidity.
Right.
That should be closer to like 100 mil.
Right. They should at least lock it for at least 7 to 10 days after launch. That's like a minimum. That's a safe play. After that, yeah, it's free game. But to not have it locked even at launch.
Is there a good reason why you don't lock liquidity, though? I mean, what's the reason why you don't?
The reason why you don't, and down the road, is if you want to launch on a different chain. Basically, that is the only reason.
Like when you say launch on a different chain, you mean just migrate. You would keep your Ethereum contract, or you can pull the liquidity and just move over completely, depending on if people piss you off or the community wants to vote and move somewhere else because it's a hotter chain at that moment, stuff like that. But other than that, yeah, you should keep your liquidity locked. I'm telling you, just from, so not from a technical standpoint, but from the amount of people I met yesterday and the amount of people who are in this KOL group that I'm in, I would be absolutely shocked if they rug pull this. I'm just from that standpoint, just from what I've seen, like projects that rug pull do not do what they're doing. I mean, it would be front page headline news. But I agree with you; these things are interesting, and I'm going to ask these questions.
The biggest question is why is the LP so low?
Yeah.
Because really, clearly, when you look at Dex Tools for everyone, even though it says $1 million market cap, it's really like 500,000.
LP is burnt, is the news I just got. LP is burnt.
Okay. All right.
So LP is burnt. So does that change anything?
Yeah, that makes it a little bit better.
Okay.
And it's more also okay. Yeah, that's a little bit better, definitely. See, it's different. See, this is the alpha. Like if you have not the insider, but if you know the community devs behind it, you can get some of these questions answered. But me looking at it and running it through a bot as just a simple investor, I would run.
Gotcha.
Personally.
What was the other?
What I mean?
What was the other main red flag? I'm gonna ask right now because I got him here. So this is what it's all about, guys. This is how we do our due diligence right here. You're watching it live.
Okay, hold on. Let me find it. The Uniswap V2 pair are external contracts.
Okay, let me ask that now. While we wait on that, Crypto G, what's up?
Damn, you just skipped me, Zach? Jesus.
Paid. What do you have to say? You want to talk about Waka Flocka? You want to talk about getting rug? What do you got? Cardano's at 39 cents. What do you got?
You know what? Never mind. I'm gonna hold the alpha. Never mind. No, we'll hold it.
No, Paid. Bring it.
No.
Bring it.
We're gonna hold it. You're gonna shoot some shots at me. Okay, I'm like fucking Neo. I'll dodge them. You go ahead, Crypto G. I'm good.
And Paid's gonna go back to the drawing board to try to find alpha before we come back to him. All right.
No. I'm not even gonna drop alpha no more. No. Y'all, it's locked. The LP's done.
The other question.
Oh my God. Okay, I don't know what I just did, but good morning. I just want to ask, what about this is like Brett to you?
I mean, it's huge, massive market cap already, but I know for a fact that there are some Brett whales that are plugged in here. I'm not going to say names, but there's a lot of the same people. So there's that.
And ask them if they're ever going to lock the liquidity. That's a good question.
If they'll ever lock the liquidity that's in there. Okay.
Yeah, because it is unlocked. And usually, typically, when you launch, it sounds like they did the pairing themselves and all that. Because usually if you do like a pink sale or something like that, it's automatically locked for at least 7 to 10 days. So it saves the investors. Whether it's a rug pull after that, you at least have a few days to get out. But this sounds like it was a private launch.
Gotcha.
But I don't really know for a fact.
All right, I'll try to get both of those answered.
Was this a stealth launch or was it like, is there...
I don't know. Hold on, let me see here. I've got some stuff up here regarding... I don't know, but I'll ask.
These are great questions. They may hate me for it, but I'm doing it for the community to teach you guys something. That's what we're here about. You know
Zach,
what I mean?
I learned a lot from Subway, Zach. I learned a lot.
Awesome.
From your feedback.
All right, they're typing. I'm trying to get some info. Mar, go ahead.
Hey, Zach. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Yeah, I posted there, since we're talking about alpha, I posted there Frank on Sol. Brought it up a few days ago at 150. Well, yeah, 150 or 170. Yeah, 170. That was the market cap when I brought it up. It's close to 500K. The guy's always on Spaces pushing it, So seems I haven't even run the contract, I usually don't run contracts because it gives me too much anxiety. So I'd rather just. I know it sounds stupid, but
that's funny. That's a good way to throw your money away.
Yeah.
Just take 5 seconds, run the contract, see the stuff, and
yeah,
you get that information. I mean, because you can lose money pretty fast.
It gives me anxiety, man. I just hear the guy talk, and if I see him in Spaces talking, I'm like, all right. But yeah, I already tripled my money on this one. Got my initials out. I haven't even taken, I think, like $20 in profit only. But just playing with house money. Again, I don't jump into so many meme coins. But yeah, Zach, when it comes to liquidity, Solana sucks. That's just it, I mean, go look at, so guys, you could learn, go look at Pepe. Pepe has a $4 billion market cap with $45 million in liquidity. And then you go to Brett, and Brett has like $4 million or $6 million in liquidity at a $1.2 billion market cap, or even less than that. So that is why you don't hear stories of people becoming millionaires of Solana projects, because the liquidity is not there. Period. That's it.
It's
That's
100%.
it.
Well, Brett's on base though.
Right.
Yeah.
On base. Yeah, same shit. Same shit. Base and Solana, it's the same thing.
It's not the
You
same
want,
thing.
but
It's funny.
listen. Don't. You make money, but that's why you don't hear. Oh man, I made $2 million out of Memecoin like Ethereum. You know, Ethereum is just a different beast. You know, but they're all great. They're all great chains. Just I've always said it. You know, and I'm very happy that this space allow us to come up with, talk the truth. When you go into Solana place, you can make 6 digits. I made 6 digits on Solana. But man, to make $1 million in Solana, you got to get in early, and I'm talking about 50K, 100K market cap maybe, and ride that to the billions.
Well, think about that guy that probably bought a shitload of this Neiro, right? And he's like, "Fuck, I'm a millionaire," right? And then he goes to cash out, and there's only half of that. Yeah, and then there's only half of that in liquidity, and he's getting this price impact, and he's like, "Fuck, man, I can't quit my job until they have more liquidity."
Yeah, that's why, Zach, I tell people, look, you want to learn about liquidity, see it for your own eyes. You could go to Jupiter, which is Solana. Go to Jupiter.
Sorry, accidentally muted you. Go on. My bad. I hate it. It's really like... Yeah.
No, it's fine. Look, it's what I told. I think I said this in the... I don't know if I ever said it in this space. Go to Jupiter and put the contract Dogwood Hat, which is at a, $2 billion market cap now, and put that you have $1 million worth of coins and try to sell it and look at the price impact due to liquidity. And you're going to learn that right there. Your own eyes are going to say, holy shit. Then go to Pepe on Ethereum, on Uniswap. Even though you don't have any Pepe coins, put that you have, $1 million worth of Pepe coins, and you're going to see the money that you get for those all those coins worth $1 million. And you're going to see the difference between liquidity, because liquidity is important, because liquidity changes the game plan on your long-term hold, guys. So yeah, but still, it's great, man. It's low liquidity, Zach. Prove me wrong right here. Am I wrong here? Pumps the price more, makes it more attractive. You know what I'm saying?
It really is false. It's false hope, I say. That's why I like to talk about it on this. And I may be the bad guy. I don't really give a shit. But I want to teach people here, you know what I mean? So when they're really excited that they're going to cash out this $1 million, there's not even $1 million in the liquidity pool. So you're going to get price impact. You got to do slow buys. And,
So it looks like, okay, so you're going to have to help me out here, Zach. So he sent me a screenshot. Uniswap V2 4 days ago had 1.56, but Uniswap V3 has over 4 million in liquidity.
Oh, I might be looking at the... Okay, I think I may be looking at the V2 pool. Let me.
Yeah, and there's a lot of. Okay. Here's the other thing too. There's a ton of these Neiro tokens. So this is not the first one to launch. It's just the one that really took off, built on Ethereum. So a bunch of people built this shit on Solana. Soon as this whole thing happened, like it went nuts, and people, there was fucking 50 tokens, on every fucking blockchain. This is the one that is taken off. So I think we're looking at V2 liquidity pool. Similar LP to other billion-dollar memes is what I got from an LP point of view. Okay, good.
Doesn't mean it's great
to know. Okay, but it's still we got some info. Plus centralized exchanges too. They're getting listed on everything. They just got listed on BitGet. So there's liquidity there on the exchanges. 6 million between 2 pools. So that's what I'm getting now.
Okay.
6 million between 2 pools. So I mean it's a little better.
Yep.
That's actually a lot better.
Yeah, that's a lot better. I'm going to switch to the V3 and check that out. Yeah, because when I ran through the bot, it was it brings up the the V2 pool. So I got to take a look at that. So yeah, that's definitely more. That changes the game a little bit, definitely. See, when you get the answer, when people actually answer the questions, you can change your thoughts on it.
In terms of the liquidity, they're saying it's burnt, it's locked, it's like locked, but will never be unlocked. No one can ever touch the liquidity. It's gone forever. No one has access to it.
Gotcha. Okay, that definitely changes the game then.
So there's, and I'll continue to try to get some, anything else. I mean, it seems like I have them here on standby. So if people have questions, I'll try to get them answered. Go ahead, G.
Zach, real quick, look at the messages too, both Zachs. Man, you guys got to follow this movement. It's an L2 on Ethereum. I think this is going to be really good, They're really working hard, and I just think it's going to be a great L2 chain.
Mar, I was looking that up yesterday when you mentioned it. Can you post their official Twitter up in the nest? Because I think I was looking at the right one, but I want to make sure.
Yeah, I put it on the messages. If you go on the messages,
okay,
you
gotcha.
see there a picture of the Twitter account.
Gotcha.
Yeah, man, these guys, they've been building this for almost 3 years, and testnet is already out. And again, I'm going back to like Cospa. Wait for, we want to get into projects early from this L2, just like Cospa that's coming soon,
Yeah, I followed the right one. Okay, appreciate it, dude. Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. No token yet, though, right?
No token, and I hope they keep it that way, man. To tell you the truth, man, I hope they keep it like base.
Yep.
That would be awesome. Yeah, I think it works for me. It just works better, man. I don't know. But yeah.
No, appreciate that. Barkoshi, what's up, man?
Hey, how's it going, man? Yeah, I was gonna just talk on why a project would have their liquidity unlocked, but Zach touched on that, and tell you the story about the Neiro token, but you got the info on that already, so I'm already behind, man.
Nah, it's all good, brother. Free Trump, what's going on?
Hey, good morning. Yeah, the liquidity stuff that we're talking about here, I mean, that's really important. I still have coins from like years ago now that I can't get out because I didn't understand how the liquidity works. And then the other one was the Trump Memecoin. Am I doing something wrong with this? Because I aped into that thing a while back, went up, can't get it out on Ethereum. So what about something like that? I've been trying to get that off there for a while now, and I can't do it. And I'm looking at the liquidity, and it looks really low to me. Is that kind of what we're talking about here? Because there's other chains and other coins where a swap is no problem, especially when we're talking like sub $1 million market caps. But on this Trump Mega, I'm really having difficulties.
What does it say? Are you using the right swap? And I'm trying to figure out how you're doing this. Is it a Uniswap pool?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Okay, and then when you went to go try to sell it, what does it say?
It just says transaction can't be done at this time.
Oh, so there could have been a function where they stopped it, or the LP is very low and you get the price impact. So when you see a price impact, that means you hold more tokens than basically what's in the LP, and you'll lose on that trade. Usually when you see 78%, you're screwed. But if they're just stopping it, that could be external or internal contract stuff they can set to stop you from selling. So you should send me the contract address. I'll run it.
I will. It's actually that's the one that went up to 600, 700 million a while back after the event in July.
What's the ticker?
I'd have to get Mega, I believe.
Yeah, there's so many damn tokens like that, though.
Yeah, and that's all I'm saying is I'm mindful of it, and I do a little bit more research before run the contract, check out the liquidity. But I got into this one, even back in the spring yet, and And now I'm like, dang, I wish I could have got that out, because when it went up to like 700 million, I mean, I was pretty happy about that. And I'm like, sweet, I scored. Went to go pull it out, and I'm like, the hell? And then now it's back down to like, a third of what it was, you know?
No, hear that. Hey, Zach, paid. I got to make a quick phone call. Just a reminder, don't let me forget, too. We got to do the giveaway today. We're giving away 100 in Landlord, 100 in Sheesh, and 100 on in Slime today for anybody on the space today. So make sure you guys share the space, share the room. Giving away some free tokens today from our epic space yesterday, man. We blew everything out of the water, all expectations. It was the biggest space we've ever had. I think we had up to 270 people with us on the actual space, over 2,400 live at one time, concurrent between everybody. So it was epic. It was awesome. Appreciate everybody for that. So don't let me forget that. I'll be right back, though. Zach paid. I'm just going to make a quick phone call. I'll be back. That means keep the conversation going.
And then when Zach called me up earlier, what I wanted to talk about was the political meme coins, because a few days back, in the spaces I had, I called, I'm a Trump supporter. I mean, it's pretty obvious. But I actually said, when it comes to making financial decisions, especially with meme coins, I try not to get emotions involved. So I was like, I'm just going to ape a bag into this Harris coin on Solana. And the market cap is like at about 600,000. So this morning, right before the spaces I joined in, last I checked, the market cap was at 1.71. Now, I didn't run the contract. I'll admit it. I heard somebody earlier say, you're throwing money away. I didn't run the contract, but the app that I have, or the one that I use, doesn't run Solana contracts. So that was I was gonna ask anybody, what one do you use? What app do you use for Solana contracts? Because I can run all the other ones except Solana.
That would be more of a question for Zach from Southway, but I think he's doing something in the background right now.
Oh, gotcha. So yeah. But even though I'm a big Trump supporter, and I don't want to see the guy go to jail, but now the Hodge twins on Twitter are kind of like, they're probably going to try to put him in jail next. I mean, who knows what's going to happen with the political stuff, but being diversified, I'm also keeping my bags a little spread out. And if I can get see how to run a Solana contract and figure out this Harris coin, it looks legit. I mean, I checked it out every way I could accept the contract. But, if she's the person, as we inch closer to November 5th, I mean, when these meme coins are down around like 1 million, now it was at 1.71 right before I joined the spaces. It was just at 600,000 the other day, like 2 or 3 days ago when I got into it. So it's already going to do probably a 3x today. And I mean, we're not even close to November 5th. This is August 1. And the politics aren't going away. The craziness in the United States ain't going away. But you notice what has taken the back seat is because I don't know, it just stopped since last weekend at the Bitcoin conference. What happened? Why is Bitcoin down today? Right? Like I have my suspicions, but right before the spaces, it was down to like 64,000. So anybody that's heard me talk before knows that I'm not for ETFs, and that's the way of stabilizing it and funneling the money to Wall Street instead of into the coin. But it's down to 64,000. Like, politics for some reason are taking the back seat. There's another issue on the front burner has to do with the Olympics. That's a really like a biological type issue. And now it's like, what's going on here? Did everybody forget about Bitcoin and meme coins and all this other stuff? Because it seems like the chatter kind of cooled off a little bit. Maybe it's just me, but then again, I do other stuff like where I don't necessarily pay attention to crypto all day long. I'm not afforded that because there's other things happening here. But I just wanted to bounce a couple things off just to just for conversational sake?
No, I think Bitcoin retracing a little bit is on the news that the Fed isn't cutting rates right now. They announced yesterday that they weren't going to cut rates. Cutting rates, would be bullish for the market. The money would be cheaper for people to borrow and whatever. And they said yesterday they're not going to cut. They're not going to increase, but they're not going to cut either. So it's just going to stay stagnant. I think it was at 2.75 or something like that. You got to look it up. I don't know the actual number or whatever it was. If that rate cut did come in, because this meeting was pretty big, so everyone was waiting for this meeting, more than likely, like Zach Humphries was saying yesterday, and I think, definitely yesterday, more than likely we're going to get a cut in September. And that's when that plus the politic thing, like you're talking about now, could be a huge catalyst for the bull run to really kick off. So if that's the case, not financial advice, you have a month to stack, basically, give or take.
Dude, that makes total sense. Because, I didn't even think about that because I don't watch mainstream. Twitter's where I get all my information. But that would
So that was the big. Everyone expected at least some type of cut or an announcement of a cut, and they just straight up said we're not moving at all. So thank Jerome Powell, because that gives everyone, not financial advice, opportunity to stack more chips for now. If the bull run is as big as we all think it's going to be, why not stack more now? Why not prepare more? It's just me, guys, in a very mellow, teed out mood. Just from I'm in the Mar teed out Japanese mood. Touch grass, you have your hand up, but if your hand's up, how are you touching grass? Confused. Go ahead. What's up?
What's up, man? I don't think your mood's too mellow. Maybe you're touching grass. But, man, we were talking about liquidity earlier. People were talking about, liquidity being unlocked. And I think a lot of people in different communities understand, too, that, you can also add liquidity yourself as you're part of the project. I used to be a big GPU miner back in, 2017. And when you mine these spec mining they call it, you do this and you talk to people in these Discord communities, and there's no market for the stuff. And so all you're doing is OTC deals, like having someone that's been somewhat verified to handle an OTC deal between people because there's no market to trade liquidity anyway. Think about that. Everyone's kind of spoiled now, in my opinion, where there's this market selling and market buying on the charts, but what do you do if there's no liquidity at all? You can do an OTC deal like we did back in the day, or you can add your own liquidity. And actually, for a project to be fully decentralized, that's what you kind of do anyway. Everyone adds their own liquidity. If the liquidity is low, say for example, if it's a project that's at 10 million and it's something silly, $100,000 in liquidity, you can always add because especially these CTLs that people are taking over, if they're really decentralized, you don't need to depend on the liquidity that's there. You can add your own, and everyone can do that. I actually even suggest everyone doing that. That's what makes it actually decentralized. By everyone putting in liquidity, you don't have to lock it because it's your money, but you should learn how to do that stuff. And one big reason why people probably, at least not on the Solana side, but aren't locking liquidity is because V4 is coming out Q3 of this year. So if you run an EVM compatible project, like something on Base, AVAX, Ethereum, you need to explore how that works so that you can upgrade your liquidity pool. But if you burn your LP or you lock it for longer than you're going to live, you're not going to be able to tap into that new tech when it comes out. Also, too, people that are burning their LP on Solana. So for about the past, 6-7 months, maybe a year, there's been concentrated liquidity pools of options for Solana. Maybe you guys don't know about that, but you don't need to do, 50-50 pools anymore. You can do tokens only and take advantage of liquidity provider fees up to 1% on Radium. So that's very similar to what you have on a V3 pool on EVM compatible blockchain. So again, those that are burning their LP or lock in their tokens forever can't take advantage of concentrated liquidity pools on Solana. So I can talk about liquidity all day. It's like something that's kind of a passion of mine, understanding, because I think liquidity is where the money is actually at in every single project. But yeah, don't burn your LP. Don't lock it forever, because liquidity pools change. DEXs change. DEXs die too. You lock in liquidity forever, you burn your LP and the DEX goes away, which has happened, at least in my time in crypto. You're stuck until somebody comes up with money, which is the, decentralized, like I mentioned earlier, and adds liquidity themselves to make the market tradable. But yeah, liquidity is an interesting topic, and I think a lot of people jump into this game and they're like, burn it, lock it forever. I'm like, what are you doing? Slow down,
Touch
But
grass.
a lot of stuff.
That's great insight, man. I want to talk about contract renounce too, because this is kind of similar in the same vein, right? Like back in 2020, 2021, if the contract wasn't renounced, like people won't invest into it. But like you can make a similar argument, right? Like if you don't renounce the contract, you can make changes later. Like if you're a legit project, legit team, and you want to have that ability to make changes if necessary. I mean, we always say it, the space moves fast, it changes rapidly. Don't you want that freedom to change the contract if necessary? Like, are you in the same boat there, or what else could you add?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So, like, I think what's happened, and it seems different for me because I remember how it kind of was before the bull run in 2017 and 2021. Yeah, thanks, guys. Yeah. But it's changed a lot. And I think what's happened is that a lot of people have been unfortunately scammed. And so they look for that burnt liquidity, they look for the contract renounce, and they look for that lovely CTL everyone chases these days. But you take away all the control to modify anything, tax structure, excluding exchanges from fees, max wallet. I saw a project launch recently on Base. They renounced their contract too damn quickly, but they forgot to adjust their max wallet. Well, they just screwed themselves because they will never get listed on an exchange because their max wallet was set to like 1%. And I'm like, so now they have to schedule a relaunch because of that. So I think that the reason that people are renouncing is because they're giving away. They want to make it so that everyone and anyone can just come into their protocol without even being part of the Telegram. They're just checking those scanners. That's what I was talking about earlier. They just want to check the scanner, see if it ticks those boxes, and then throw money at it without even being part of the community. But think about that. Do you want people throwing money at your project that won't even join your damn TG or even get to know who you are, join a space, or know anything about the protocol? They're just looking at a scanner to see if it checks those boxes and throwing money at it, in and out. I would argue that it's better to not lock your liquidity, to not renounce your ownership, and just let the people get into your project that take the damn time to figure out what your project is about. Let it take the extra time to grow organically. I think that's better, and I think we've gotten away from that. And so I would go against doing any of that stuff, locking, renouncing. If you're building legit in a space and you're active and doing stuff, don't do it, because you're going to weed out all the short-term investors that won't even be part of your community. And that's my opinion, that is. So anyway, but yeah, it's something that people do right now just to make people feel safe. But we've seen plenty of projects that have been burnt, renounced, all the boxes checked, that flat up rug, because bundle sniping is a thing now. Everyone's fucking doing it, and you can't see the wallets connected on bubble maps. It makes it look safe.
What is that?
Volume.
What is that? So everybody knows.
So bundle sniping is a new fad now, where you're basically buying up most of the supply, 70, 80, 90%, whatever, 98 in some situations, and the wallets aren't connected. But it's still like one person or a team that holds all the tokens, but it looks like there's thousands of holders. So everyone that loves to join these spaces and says, oh, I checked the bubble maps and it looks like a great project to jump into, it could be one guy holding all those tokens, and it looks like there's thousands of people doing it. I'm going to name the protocol, but there are protocols right now that are going to be coming out that make this shit point and click, that you can do this on your own. Talking about like creating the token, doing the bundle snipe, and getting it all out there within a matter of like minutes. This is going to be a thing now. So stop trusting bubble maps if you do that to basically get into something. Because, like I said, it could be one person that holds all the wallets, even though they look 1,000 organic wallets. And the reason what they do this for, it's just funny in a sense, is because in the Solana game, definitely, people have realized that to basically maintain a proper floor, you need to hold most of the supply, but they don't want to do that organically. They don't want to build up a community and spend months or years doing that. They want to do it quickly. So they bundle snipe, which is usually buying up on the first block before anyone else does when it launches. It's not a fair launch by any means. And then they hold a majority of the supply, and it looks like a community of people got in, but it really didn't. And so this is very common now. That's happening. If you're getting into a project and you see a massive spike at the very beginning, there is a high probability that you have entered a bundle snipe project, but no one's going to say that. It looks like all fresh wallets. It looks clean on the bubble maps. It'll probably have the contract announced and liquidity burnt. You probably entered into a project where 90% of the supply is held by one person, even though it looks like there's thousands of people. So just be careful about that stuff. And, I can go into the market making stuff and the volume bots and how that kind of plays games with people thinking that high liquidity, high volume is attractive to get into something. But it could just be, someone owning 90% of the wallets, and then they're throwing 5, 10, 20,000 bucks at the chart to make it look like people are buying up supply and no one's selling because they believe in the project. Well, it could just be that one guy that holds 90% of the wallets and they're throwing 10 grand at it to fish you in. There's a lot of games, in the space. But yeah, anyway, back to liquidity and the contract not being renounced. I'm going to say it again. Don't burn or don't lock your liquidity forever, because you got to understand liquidity pools. On Solana, you have CLMM, CPAMM, which are concentrated liquidity pools, V3. You have token-only things where you can get value capture through liquidity up to 1% on Uniswap, PancakeSwap, QuickSwap. All these are EVM compatible blockchains. I'm about to spin it off, but don't burn. And if you really are being pressed by your communities to burn and renounce, think about why. Who are you satisfying short term? It's just my input on it. But yeah, liquidity, contracts, bundle sniping. I mean, it's a lot of different things out there that are being played in different ways. But yeah, it's not what things look most of the time. And most of these people that are launching these things, they check the damn scanners that everyone else does. They make things look beautiful. I mean, I have a project right now, I don't even name it because I'm on the account, but it has 8 warnings on it. And you got to think, people are going to look and think, oh, it has warnings, it's not safe. But I'm going to go into this thing that has no warnings on it and it's safe. That makes a lot of sense, But yeah, just be careful because, like I said, the people that are running these things, launching a project every single day, check the same scanners that you do to make it look attractive.
That's great stuff. Shelby, go ahead.
Yeah, Touchgrass actually just kind of touched on a lot of stuff. So, when we launched when we launched Coyote in general on ETH, we were told, we have to renounce, and we chose not to. We didn't lock liquidity, and then we went and we launched on Shibarium, and I am so happy we didn't lock liquidity because we ended up having to move to ChewySwap overnight, literally within 24 hours. Had we locked it, that would not have been able to be done. I feel like when people look for an announced contract, it is kind of an outdated way of doing your due diligence, doing your own research, because our Shibarium contract was done on an outdated smart contract. It does have some red flags, even though there isn't. So my suggestion, and I'm getting messages in the background right now, is to go into the Telegram, go into the Discord, and ask the questions, just like Zach did this morning with the token. Zach found some things on the scanner. However, when Zach Humphries was asking the questions, they were answering. They were not just blowing it off. They were not being, bullyish about it. That's a community that you want to go into. So I feel like renounced contracts are an outdated way to, secure your investment. And yeah, not locking liquidity is not a bad thing. Not renouncing is not a bad thing. If our token goes to the moon, I want to be able to give our scholarship funds, maybe it goes from 4% to 6% or whatever it may be, because we want to get back to the community. And I think it was Mar that was asking about a Solana bot. So Zach and I did a lot of research, and we have one in our Coyote Trading 101. So you can either message me or message Zach Zach from Subway, and we can get you connected with that particular one that he uses. But again, it's not foolproof. It's just giving you your parameters, and then you have to, go in, ask the questions, do your own research.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Can-do, what's up?
Good morning, everybody. Nice to be here, and a lot of good inputs from you guys in terms of the recent development in these scams. We got to remember that these scammers are becoming millionaires at the moment, and of course they're developing as well. So yeah, be careful out there for sure. I just wanted to share a little update on Can-do with you guys. About an hour and 15 minutes ago, I think we launched the Can-do chat platform, which is going to be which is at the moment a platform that focuses on NFTs and bringing revenue to the members. So we're going to get, as a Can-do chat, you're going to get 2.5% split out between the Can-do chats of all the revenue on the platform. And it's a platform for digital collectibles, really, as you know it, like OpenSea and everything. So we're focusing this on at the moment as it's like an intern thing, at being for the community, and it's really to just create engagement and have fun with it. So I minted a couple myself. There are 5 million Can-do each.
Homie, we love Can-do. Zach got into Can-do at 1 million. Trust me when I say this. But get on Shark Tank, dude. Come on. Bring it to the tank on a Wednesday and let us check it out. Respectfully, obviously, because Can-do, we do love you. You're always in here. But come on. We're over here talking about renounced contracts and stuff, and you talking about Can-do. Now, again, I'm not against Can-do. I love Can-do, and Zach was totally fucking laughing. But come on, bring on Shark Tank and bring all that stuff up when we actually have people who have the money out. Listen, ask Mar. Mar dropped out, but we can bring Mar back up. Yesterday, Mar invested in multiple projects, and people on his team invested on multiple projects after Shark Tank. And he admitted it. He said it on this space, and he said it in the Crypto Breakfast Club Telegram. If you show Can-do now, no one with the money is going to care. I'm trying to help you out, to be honest with you. That's why I personally don't even show paid XBL every day. Can-do, no one gives a fuck outside of Wednesdays. And right now, I personally don't want to be on Wednesdays right now because I am also a co-host. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like conflict of interest type thing. That's me personally. But I'm telling you, if you want people with the money, get on a Wednesday. I'm just trying to help you out. I'm trying to help out Can-do because, listen, Zach was in there at 1 mil, What are you guys at now? 148 or something, So I'm just a heads up. If you want the people with the money, you want the Mutasco to wake up, you want the Mar to wake up, get on a Wednesday. Come on, man. Come on, baby.
I personally found the info about Can-do good. Thank you for the information.
Well, the official Can-do account is in here. That's pretty crazy. So we'll get them up there. Let's see here. Who else do we got? Oh, globalcrypto.eth. Just followed you back, man. Welcome to the stage. What's happening?
What's up, Zach? Yeah, I've been a long time listener and also follower on YouTube and Twitter. So I just wanted to hop on and tell you thank you for all the work that you do. It's been a crazy run since 2020. I think I hopped on with you, the ship train, and I've been around since, the bear markets come through, and I've spent a lot of time listening to you in the bear market. And I think one of the reasons why I enjoy your content is because you're upbeat. You've been using a lot of different topics, which kind of keeps it fresh. And I just wanted to say thanks for all the effort that you put in. And I feel like, in a way, your positivity throughout the bear market has been a breath of fresh air. in a way, because it's grinding, man. It's just day after day of chop and this and FUD and that, and I just really like your approach. And another thing that I really enjoy about your content is having the game plan. You've talked a lot about having a good game plan in general on what you're doing when you're buying, but also having a game plan on what you're doing when you're selling. And I think the connection that I have between you and your content is just me going through the same things back in 2020 and what happened in 2021. And it's like, man, we have these parabolic rises. You make a ridiculous amount of money, and then you go, I don't want to be that guy to sell. So now what do I do next? And you don't have this exit plan. And I'm not saying that everybody has to exit. I'm just saying that you need a plan, and that's been great to hear from you is the transparency in that way, because there's kind of like this undertone in a way of like, oh, well, you can get into it. You can buy all day, but you can never sell. And the truth is that we're here to learn and grow cryptocurrency and also make money at the same time. And so I just wanted to hop on and say thank you. I also wanted to say thanks to the guy that came on earlier talking about the liquidity pools. That's definitely a very advanced topic. I don't know how many people in this chat are listening to that completely understand it, but it also is another great way, once you get a little bit further down your road or your journey in crypto, to create a lot of wealth in the liquidity pools when you understand that market. But it's dangerous, and it's something that you need to really understand before you put your money in there. But man, that was awesome information by that guy. I think it was Touch Grass, so appreciate that too. And yeah, man, I'm gonna start listening to these X Spaces a lot more. They're very convenient. YouTube is great to watch the videos, but the X Spaces are awesome to be able to just hop on and talk to people about crypto. So thanks a lot.
Right. And if anyone's new to this space coming in right now, listen to the beginning, because we were going over the Neiro contract more, and then we got into the liquidity stuff. So a lot of great information there that will help you out, at least so you don't, lose your money, or you can do your due diligence. So yeah, back to Zach.
Yeah, appreciate that, man. Really, really appreciate that, Global. It means a lot, man. And we're loving what we're doing with this platform. We're streaming it on YouTube and X right now too. And it really is a different thing than YouTube, right? Because YouTube's like one to many. I'm speaking, but nobody's speaking back. It's like you're in an auditorium, but you just can't see the eyeballs. But this one is very different because it's that back and forth. You get feedback, and people, jump in when they've got something. So we're loving this, man. So the Breakfast Club's meeting 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. Eastern every Monday through Friday. So definitely want to see you back in here. But truly, man, I appreciate the kind words. It really does mean a lot, and definitely, keeps me going too. So, hey guys, we've got Touch Grass with his hand up. I want to get back to him. I want to get back to this liquidity pool conversation because we have Kendu up here too, the official account. Maybe we could talk about how they've kind of structured things on their end, when it comes to contracts and liquidity and all of these sort of big questions we've been talking about. But Touch Grass, go ahead real quick. We'll get to Kendu next, and then I see Mutasco's up here too. I know he's got some fire. So Touch Grass, go ahead.
Yeah. Some few things actually to touch base on liquidity. So if you guys are going through and trying to set up these EVM compatible liquidity pools on like V3, and you see that the price is not initialized yet for the liquidity, be very careful about that, because if you initialize the price incorrectly, like say you picked the wrong price because maybe you have the pairs backwards, there is no fixing that. You need a new contract, or you need to set up a different liquidity pool on a different DEX. I've learned this the hard way. So Uniswap can't help you, PancakeSwap can't help you, SushiSwap can't do anything because it's all decentralized. So just be careful if you initialize the price. Just make sure you do the math right on that. If you don't know, ask someone how to do the math on that to make sure you set the right price when you initialize it. Also, too, you don't have to initialize a liquidity pool in like ETH or BNB or AVAX. You can initialize a liquidity pool in any pair. So this is big for like projects that are here too. If you want to pair up with another token, you don't need to initialize with ETH. So like if you go to like Pepe, for example, you will see that it has a ton of liquidity pairs that have been initialized. And this is big because as a project gets older and more seasoned, like months, years, several years, you'll notice that it has a ton of different liquidity pairings. And this is a big reason why projects like this survive or just move indefinitely, because they're tying themselves to so many other protocols. So if they move, you move. So liquidity is a big thing in the space. It's not just what pools to use, what DEXs to use. I mean, you need to know too, just if you have an Ethereum token, you should be on Uniswap. You shouldn't be putting that thing on PancakeSwap. If you have a BNB token, it should go on PancakeSwap. Base is right now going mostly on Uniswap or Aerodrome. Mostly things on Solana or on Radium. You got to know where the chain should live on. Like Trader Joe was for AVAX, but also supported on Uniswap. And understand the different types of liquidity on Trader Joe. Actually, if there's anybody in here that understands AVAX, the liquidity pool options on AVAX are extensive, even a lot more than what's currently on Uniswap. But there's a lot to dive into on liquidity, but just take your time with it. And unfortunately, there's not a lot of stuff on YouTube talking about it, but just try it out on cheaper chains too. If you don't know what you're doing, test it out on like Base, AVAX, or BNB, because it costs a lot less money to initialize a pool. Like when the GUI is up to like, if you guys understand gas, when the GUI is up to like 50, for example, on Ethereum, you'll spend $500 to $1,000 to initialize a pool on Ethereum, but you'll spend pennies, if like a few bucks, to do that stuff on like Base or BNB, and you can figure out how it works. But do it with like test contracts, to get familiar with it, because once you do it, you understand it. And a big thing about liquidity too on the V3 pools, you got to understand concentrated liquidity, where you can do tokens only in both directions. This is actually really big too. Sorry to be long about this, but this is a good way to sell your tokens too without dumping on the chart. So if you, for example, take your tokens that you have, say you have like $10,000 worth of tokens, and you want to supply liquidity, you don't need to have $10,000 worth of ETH. You can put them inside of a concentrated liquidity ceiling, and as the price goes up for your range, your tokens will be like kind of in an OTC decentralized way, balled out of the pool. And then when it goes through your wall, you will have, if it's ETH, you'll have ETH for your tokens, and you would have never sold on the chart. It's a beautiful thing because you're supporting the protocol by doing this, and you're not selling on the chart, and you're getting your $10,000 exactly out of it. Where if you would have market sold on the chart, you would have probably, based on the market cap, of course, maybe gotten like half that with probably even creating a cascading sell-off event. So yeah, I feel like I can talk about liquidity all day, about like methods and ways to do it and different DEXs and how to set it all up. But yeah, it's a lot to dive into. But I say, if you guys are running a project, yeah, don't burn your liquidity. Don't lock it forever. Give yourself options, because things change. I mean, a little bit ago, I put one of my tokens on PancakeSwap, and PancakeSwap went down on the base side for like a goddamn week. And it was like, literally, you couldn't trade base chain tokens on PancakeSwap. If I would have burned my LP or locked it, my entire community wouldn't have been able to utilize trading that token. But luckily I didn't, so I just moved it to SushiSwap. And so you got to be able to pivot and move in this space. So something to be aware of. And I've seen this kill a lot of projects that just burn and leave it sitting there, especially if a DEX goes away over the years, and you're stuck. And then you're running into a V2 or V3 or V4 situation where you got to relaunch your project over and over again because you keep doing that stuff. But yeah, give yourself options, and yeah, definitely take some time and study and learn how it all works, because it's quite extensive.
Dude, so happy you came in today, man. You're adding a ton of great insight, and I can tell you're coming at it from a technical standpoint. This is why I love these spaces too, man. This is what it's all about, right? Everybody comes in with different kind of points of view and different expertise, and this is what it's all about. I'm constantly learning on this. I mean, like selfishly, I'm so happy I started these because I've just learned so much, just from other people coming in. So appreciate you coming in here. We've got Kendu up here too. Kendu, I don't know if you want to speak to this. We're kind of talking liquidity pools, kind of talking contracts, things like that. Welcome to the stage too. Happy to have you.
Glad to be here. I thought I'd just come and double the engagement of the space, just casually.
Much appreciated.
But yeah, I just want to know, what JEET chain doesn't automatically calculate liquidity? That's what I want to know. What in the JEET doesn't automatically calculate liquidity.
Crickets.
I would add. I mean, they don't.
Let's
they don't
get
care.
that out of the way. Let's get this out of the way, right? If you're providing liquidity to anything but Ethereum, what you're doing is not built to last. It is what it is. It is what it is. I was curious for that. I'll step in for another. I was actually genuinely curious because that is one of the most insanely retarded things I've ever heard. That is like how does something not calculate the liquidity? That is crazy. Anyway, I'll sit for the next topic. I thought I'd just come in here and chill, right? Kendu the king of DeFi. But yeah, I'll
Appreciate
sit
you,
and wait
brother.
for the next topic.
Yeah, appreciate you, brother. Yeah, definitely stay up here, hang out with us. Always welcome too. Mutasco, what's up, brother? Mutasco's calibrating.
Hey, can you hear me, guys?
We got you.
Hey, morning, Zach. I was listening to is it Touch Grass? And I like all the things that he was talking about. We'll probably have a whole space for just liquidity.
Zach,
But what was
I got something to add here. This is Global Crypto. I heard Free Trump.
Hey
was
man,
on
global.
earlier.
Uh, Mutasco was.
Mutasco?
What's going on?
I muted everyone because everyone was talking. There's too many
he's
people talking.
probably no.
What's happening? Global, I don't think you can hear Mutasco. Drop down and come right back up. Mutasco is speaking, but then we'll get right over to you. Go ahead, Mutasco.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay. No, so it's just a quick. I'll call it a twisted perspective because, and I'm sure Touchgrass, you probably remember this, but to your point about don't bend the liquidity, don't renounce all the stuff that you said. On the other side, it brought some memories back, and the memories are, if you remember 2021, and these bad actors, they literally just when they're caught or their actions go blow up, they rag a project or they create a whatever distressed. They throw the hat away and they put on a new hat, and then they go on and scam other people again. Now, the idea of decentralization, I believe, is that we don't want to trust somebody because some people can appear to be like, they appear as leaders of a project, a company, but they're not truly what you would call leaders, right? There are people who appear to be confident about, we're not going to renounce it, we're not going to whatever, liquidity, we're not locking it, we're going to do this and that. But then they're not competent. That means they could literally, it's almost the same thing to say, hey, don't do this because we might do A, B, C, D. And I'm going to get to a point to that because we've gone from the Cambrian age of security and trust to innovation, to scalability, and also because crypto, as you know, we're now at a stage where people are like trying to get products out there. And so the era of, hey, I'm afraid, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, is gone. But it reminds me of, I think, Ryoji. Ryoji, I think the founder of Shiba, his message when he deleted all his stuff and said, all hail Shiba, whatever that famous thing was. 2 years ago, I was in a space, and I think it was Satoshi Kusama. He was, he was not on the space, but he was, on Discord, sending messages and all that. And I remember this vividly because it was an invitation to all the influencers, right? All of the top whatever, you know, and it was an open conversation that everybody can come in with their critique or whatever. And in that space, and this was 2 years ago, in that space, they were talking about, and this is before even the idea of a layer 2 came up. And everybody knows the Shiba contract and what it is right now. And at that point, I think there was this conversation about what do we do moving forward? Do we relaunch it or whatever? These were conversations that they were having. And then somebody said, I think it was Ryoshi Kusama, that I don't remember what he said specifically, but he typed it. And it had to do with the state of the contract for Shiba at that point. And it was impossible because they couldn't do it. And so it forced a different kind of innovation. So the point I'm trying to make is you can have this, you can also have that as well, right? Because there are situations where if the contract is renounced or if the liquidity is burned, there's a lot of nuances there, and I don't want to go into it, but I know you get the point I'm making there, because there's a lot of things around who's behind the project, what's being built here, and if there's ever a reason why you shouldn't burn the liquidity, and if it was well thought out, will there be a problem with that? I don't think so. Because we've had examples of it. And that's why I'm using Shiba as an example, because it's grown to the point where it is today. And I was literally in a space where they were at that point where, and everybody was concerned. I'm like, what am I going to do with my Shiba? And then they moved on. But then I look back to that space and I said, wow, they figured out a way, because they have a ridiculous supply. And most of the conversation was about, oh my God, what do we do? And then the idea is this: Shiba is innovated. So sometimes locking yourself and throwing the key away could force you to innovate. Because a lot of people come in here and they just want to quick, get rich quick, get out. Okay? And I get it. A lot of people come in, they want to, but we're at a stage now in crypto where people are realizing this is like, this is a technology. I remember a blogger who was speaking at one of the Ethereum conferences. He said something about, somebody asked him about, why do you think Jamie Dimon is so critical on Bitcoin? And he said, it's actually a good thing, because if he wasn't critical, then crypto would not work. And he said, and at that time he had worked for HP, and he said, I've been in the tech industry in the 80s, and at HP, he remembers, like, I think he said between 1995, 1996, 1997, the banks didn't want to do anything with internet payments. They just said, no, we're not doing it. And then in 1998, it changed. And even when it changed, it was like the internet gateway that they call it. And so it was like a separate, it's like having an ETF, a vehicle for Bitcoin to swim on. So I'm just saying that there's a lot of things that are changing, but at the same time, these things can be described in different angles, right? Again, it's almost like somebody can come up here and say, hey, because if you have bad memories of 2021 and how many riots were going on, you are one bad actor away from having people's money fly out, okay? Because, yes, I can trust you. Zach, I could trust you here and say, yeah, you have a project. I'm not going to burn the liquidity. We're not going to do it because we have to do this and that. But what we forget is, and Zach, I'm not claiming this will happen to you, but what if Zach gets hit by a truck? That's also
Jesus Christ!
Is he talking about
what the fuck, dude?
I'm sorry.
Yo, Mutasco. I told you guys once. Mutasco is a Bond villain. Listen, one time I told the room I had a flight to catch, And he was like, in the next 10 years, 2.5 billion people are going to die. And I was like, dude, you're going to tell me that before I get on a plane? Like, what the fuck?
No, I'm okay. What if Mutasco gets hit by a truck? Okay, Mutasco coin. Okay, that's a risk. Okay, so sometimes if the smart contract is renounced, I think we're probably, they call it airtight. You guys remember in COVID when the leaders were saying we have it under control and it's airtight. Was that airtight? And that's the point I'm trying to make, guys. It's like we are humans. We could I don't know, this space.
The fact that you're still laughing about this is
it's
crazy.
Mutasco, if I get hit by a truck, it goes to my wife and the team. So we're golden.
Shelby would be fine, okay? No, I don't even know who I'm referring to, so that's cool. Because I didn't say Zach from Subway or Zach Humphries. So it could be anyone. It could be any other Zach also in this room. So but yeah.
Damn, he just has a death wish for anyone named Zach. Mutasco, you're evil, bro. You're a Bond villain. I don't care what no one says in this room or in this world. You came from the village, you got a chip on your shoulder, and you're a Bond villain. That's it.
My village has no electricity, so you can kind of tell why.
Bond villain narrative. But also, let's get electricity to your village,
Let's get over to Touch Grass. Go ahead, man.
This is a tap in a few things you're saying. I get where you're going with it. So one thing I didn't point out, and I think a lot of folks that are actually running things here, this is just software when it comes down to it. And when you're going to look into burning and renouncing, what you're doing is that you're limiting certain software functions. I mean, they're actually called functions in the blockchain when you go to the code. And so if you're going to renounce, you have to look what functions you're removing. If you have a contract that there's no tax modification, there's no max wallet, there's nothing, right? Then maybe, why are you renouncing anyway? If you can't change anything, what's the point of renouncing? Two, not to go back to the whole entire targeting thing, but if the person does no longer exist, then they can't modify things anyway. So in a sense, it actually has been, in a weird way, renounced if the person's no longer around because they can almost change anything in that sense. But yeah, it's just functions of the code. And I think where it comes down more than anything is like what functions, you are looking to change, if any, that need to be changed. And so I get it that you say like, oh, well, if, the liquidity's burned and the contract's announced, it gives the ability for people to become innovative, but it also kills a lot of things too at the same time. Because again, software and compatibility, because when you launch a software program, in a sense, is what I'm saying these contracts are, and then you try to get listed on an exchange and you're not compatible with that exchange, you can't get listed. Back in 2021, a lot of these tokens that were being launched were launching with a ridiculous amount of supply. And the exchanges, for a number of them, weren't able to list them because they had too many damn zeros in their price. And so the only options that they had were to burn a massive amount of tokens, which cost them buying up tokens and burning them, which a lot of this didn't do. Or they relaunched to a V2 or V3. That's one of the stories behind SafeMoon and a number of other things. Why they did a V2? Because they needed to remove the total supply, needed to lower it down. And these are changes that they needed to make. So it's all software that you need to change to make yourself compatible with other exchanges, we can see applications, whatever you want to call it, as using a metaphor. But if you don't have the options to do this, then yeah, you do create an environment where you have to become innovative. But if you can't make yourself compatible in some way with something else, then this is done. And it's just how it works. And yeah, you're right. It is a trusted system. You have to know who's behind it and who's doing what. But I don't know. I think in general, you should do that anyway. Getting into something because I said before, just because something has all those checks, those boxes checked, that makes it look pretty, like the contract being renounced and the liquidity locked. They could just still bundle snap the damn thing, or have a number of other ways that they could get around things. It's just not that simple to like look at those few things and say it's safe. And I would just highly suggest, that anyone that's invested in anything take the time to really get to know. And even at that point, dollar cost average and don't overinvest because the markets are volatile. Even Bitcoin dropped like 70-80% last cycle. So, just take your time with it. But yeah, the renouncing thing or not renouncing, I would say that that's not going to make it any safer by any means. I would even argue that it makes it less. If there was some poll we could do with things that have rugged recently and what have been renounced and which ones haven't been, that'd be an interesting Twitter poll to see what people say on that.
Appreciate that, man. Carter, you got your hand up. We'll go over to you, and then we'll go to OX Xena. Carter, no shilling. Pade's already told me you're going to come in and shill, so don't do it. Don't prove him right.
No, absolutely not.
What's
no
up, bro?
Shilling whatsoever.
Now he's recalibrating. He's like, oh, shit, what do I say now?
No, I actually had a post on my, I was going to ask you if it's just a welcome to Cardano little intro guide to
There's
the
the
blockchain.
shill. There's the shill, Cardano. No, just kidding. I'm kidding.
I mean, nah, dude. Nah, it's not that. But here, I mean, look, you guys can approve it. I'll just pin it for a second. But anyway, yeah, no, I've been in the spaces quite a few times. Zach, you probably recognize me. I've been in here on your YouTube too, saying 100,000 Cardano will make you a millionaire. I still firmly believe that, but everyone's got their own opinions. But Cardano is just a bustling ecosystem that needs a little bit more engagement, and I feel like just more chains that come over and cross the bridge. Either way, vice versa. I've come over to Sol a little bit too and played around, and ETH. Just excited to be here. Thanks for having me up.
Yeah, I think that's one of the best things anyone can do in this space, especially if you've been here for a cycle already. Go into other fucking chains, man. See what else is going on. Take $50, $100 and just fuck around. Like, I've been making some money on ETH, just seeing some stuff that, Zach from Subway's been talking about. I've been on Solana from some projects that come up here. And, there's money everywhere. You can make a shit ton of money literally everywhere. Just Cardano, you got to do it towards the end of the cycle. So that's why you make all your money now, and then later we all go back to Cardano and do our thing. I mean, my project's still on Cardano. I'll never leave. I'll die on that hill any day of the week. But yeah, you got to go to different chains, guys. You got to check them out. Everyone has something to offer for sure. Everyone has something to offer.
Yeah, you can't be a chain maxi. I mean, you got to be able to experience other things, other people. Because it's if you stay in an echo chamber, it's just you're never gonna win. It's not like it's not a matter of like my chain's better than yours. It's like we need a unified front on crypto, especially now coming into this like crazy hectic political season.
Yeah, exactly. I agree 1,000%. 1,000%.
You
can get stuff from any place.
No harm, Zach. It's just a stupid little guide on, what wallets and stuff. Because a lot of people don't know. That's a thing. Like, a lot of people seriously have no idea on how to, like, even, start a Cardano wallet. So it's kind of like, it's just annoying not having that readily available for people. So
appreciate that, man. I use Vesper. That's my favorite over there. But let's go to Xena. Xena, go ahead.
Hi. I feel like that transition to me speaking was like quite fast and sudden. So,
yeah, my bad.
I was like so zoned. I was so zoned out. But I'm going to try and not get all of the can-do people kicked off the stage by being the fourth person to come up and show them. But I am going to give a little bit of a soft one right there. Thank you very much. I'll be here all week. Apart from that, I do want to comment on like the topic, which is now, I think, shifting into chains and stuff. And I think for me, and from a long time ago, and maybe it's because from a long time ago, I was more focused on, okay, what is this project actually doing? Okay, what will the utility be in the future? Blah, blah, blah. I know that right now we're in like this Memecoin kind of echo chamber bubble where everyone's just like buying and selling, trying to make a profit. But in the long run, I see crypto being around for a very, very long time, and I see it becoming a part of our daily lives and a part of like things that we do on a daily basis. And by the same token, pun intended, a problem solver. So for me, it's about look at what chains serve what utility and what work best for whatever interests you. So if you're looking at a project and there's a reason why they're on a specific chain, then I mean, by all means, it makes sense. Like, it doesn't make sense for me for people to be like completely dedicated to like one chain or another when they're looking at what the actual utility or function of that project is going to be. And then also look for the chains that have, like, I guess, a proven track record. I know, like, it's still early for a lot of chains, and a lot of them are improving. Solana. But yeah, I think that's my philosophy on it. I think I'm pretty chain agnostic when it comes to what when I'm looking at projects and what they're building on. If it makes sense for their project to be building on that chain, then sure. I have a completely different philosophy when it comes to meme coins. Then it's just about, okay, where can I make the most profit? Like, I really don't care what chain it's on. But yeah. Happy to be back on the stage. I haven't been up with you guys for a long time, Zach and Paige, who's now no longer a co-host, apparently.
Yeah, he's been demoted.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Everyone. It's okay, though. We need that.
Mutasko's our new...
Anytime.
Paige, you're out. Mutasko's in.
Yo, listen, you want to talk about a real Bond villain? You want to talk about a real Bond villain forming? If that ever happened, oh my God, crypto, oh my God, it would be awful. It would be awful. I would go into the White House, talk to whoever's president and be like, we need to shut crypto down now. And it wouldn't even matter if it's Trump, it doesn't matter. I would go in there and crypto would be dead the next day, guaranteed. Guaranteed, mark my words.
I mean, based on that, you're saying that, like, America is, like, the basis for all crypto, like...
No. I'm just talking about. I'm just talking about crypto in America. It would be me. Listen. It would be me and Waka Flocka in the White House, and crypto would be shut down in 24 hours, guaranteed.
Yeah, they would look at Waka's chart and go, "What the fuck is this garbage?"
I mean, it looks just like Mape's chart, to be honest.
The entire internet would be shut down.
That's why I said sell. Well, I didn't say it, but I said this is what I'm doing. Fuck it.
Waka Flocka's relaunching. It's called Hot Dog Water.
Yo, I don't know why you're taking my terminology. Hot dog water is what I say.
We got to relaunch Hot Dog Water. Mutasko, what's up?
No. I was. Hey, Paige, we have to go back to Morocco. I don't
Bro,
know
you always say this. I haven't left. I live here.
Okay.
Got a new apartment.
When you decide to come back, let's go back, because I'm thinking about is it argan oil, whatever it's called. When I was there, I met like a lot of the I mean, you know what I'm talking about, right? The cosmetic industry. And so it's like, I don't know, how do we bring that on the blockchain? Kind of what I thought about.
RWA, baby, get more on the team. We're doing it. Everyone on the team besides, I don't know, someone down there I don't know, you know.
You fractionalized it for Mark.
No, so, and here's a thought for everybody in the room. I think Touchgrass was saying this, and I had to add this comment. Recently, I think it was earlier this year, Vitalik was talking about Ethereum's gas limit being increased from, I think currently is at 30 million and to 40 million, I believe. And the point I'm making there is a lot of people in crypto today, when you talk about Ethereum, Solana, they talk about, oh my gosh, the gas fee. And it becomes an anti-network effect, right? To your point, Touchgrass, about, hey, if I don't renounce it, it may have a positive impact, or don't ban the liquidity, it may have a positive impact. I know a lot of people also who would see that, and if, you know, they could say, well, I'm not gonna I'm not going into this because it's not banned or is not renounced. I'm not taking us back there, but you get my point. How do you manage anti-network effect? You want to grow the community, you want to grow the project, but what are the things that you could do to increase expanding the size of the community? And I think this is why I brought the gas limit point, because if you look at Ethereum and their entire structure, they have designed that entire ecosystem in a way that if we decide we're going to do A, B, C, there's a process around it, right? You look at the EIPs. I think the point I'm making is with meme coins, do we need, because I remember, I think it was 2 months ago when NVIDIA was going parabolic, right? I read a report that said the early engineers that when you get a job at NVIDIA and NVIDIA was flat, you got, some allocation of NVIDIA. And the report was speaking to NVIDIA now has a good problem because most of the early engineers are literally trying to retire. Okay, they want to go live in Morocco and enjoy some wonderful life. But NVIDIA keeps going up, okay? So you're losing your best talent because the stock is doing so well, okay? The same thing with like these projects, Candu, Shiba, all that. Like if Shiba hits 1 cent someday, okay, the early OGs are like, we're gonna be here forever. No, they're moving on. So the point I'm making is, how do we create a governance structure that is decentralized so that the people that bought a $1 million market cap, who finally get to their financial freedom, move on, that the project still remains intact and has the quality.
Carter, you can talk about that a little bit because that's actually a big focus of Cardano right now. That they have the Chain hard fork coming up. I think, is it already launched or it's really soon, right?
Yeah, so node operators are upgrading to the upgrade now, or stake pool operators, sorry. I forget what percentage it's at, but we're going to be upgraded probably by the middle of this month, maybe at the end of this month. I'm not sure exactly at the rate, but yeah, governance we're in our I believe it's Volterra era. Dude, we're like almost about to be completely in the hands of the Cardano holders. I mean, we got a treasury that's about to be unlocked. It's like 1.3 billion ADA, I believe.
So like $30,
But for real though, like it's a sleeping giant. I mean, I know Zach knows. I know Zach's a holder of Cardano, but the governance has been in the works for quite some time. I mean, this has been a groundwork for years. So nothing happens overnight. Nothing good happens overnight for the long run, at least in the crypto space. It takes years of development. It takes a lot of coding. It takes a lot of hard work, sweat, tears. But I believe the final product of Cardano at the end of the day will be one that, a lot of people are utilizing.
Yeah, and we talked about this. It had to be a couple of weeks ago. I last brought it up about, since it's completely decentralized, now, with the money in the hands of the people and the people get to vote how certain things go, with catalysts and the delegates and all that stuff, it kind of changes the game for a lot of potential, activity with governments, like with voting, with, where funds are going for certain cities or municipalities or whatever. Like, hey, like an example, hey, should we fix these potholes or should we put more money into the schools? Okay, well, let's put it to a vote. We have like $1 million. Which way do we want to go with this? And that could be something that Cardano can be utilized going forward for governance. And that's what we talked about a couple of weeks ago. We talked about it really briefly. We don't really have that much time left. We have about 30 minutes left now, so we can't really dive deep into it. But at the surface level, think about it like that. That would be the future of, a lot of blockchains. I know Charles right now is in Buenos Aires, I think he is.
Yeah, he's doing some big deals. I mean, Look, again, I'm not trying to just like come up here and shill Cardano to everyone. I just want you guys to realize the benefits of looking past the chain that you currently primarily use. You know, there's a lot of different opportunities that are going to arise over the next year or two, and Cardano is certainly one of them. So don't fade.
Appreciate that. Zach, what do you got?
Oh, nothing. Sorry, I unmuted.
Zach was just laughing because he's an asshole.
Doge is down.
I'm an asshole. That's why I'm muting. I'm muting. I got no comment.
Couple tidbits. Doge is down 10% right now, just as a DCA opportunity. And Caspa hit an all-time high yesterday. How about that shit? Caspa hit an all-time high.
Sheesh is looking really good too, guys.
Sheesh was on Shark Tank yesterday.
They look great.
Yeah, 1.55 mil right now on Solana. So good stuff. Let's see. Touch grass and then Kendu. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's going back to the actually this kind of touches too on Cardano and get you guys' opinion on this. Decentralization and leadership. Is it possible for projects not to have leadership underneath a $100 million market cap, even underneath a $1 billion market cap? Is that
Bitcoin?
Possible? Bitcoin has leadership, but Bitcoin has an anonymous player that's 14 years old involved in it, and there's a lot of conspiracy theories about Bitcoin. But what happens if Charles dies? Do you think Cardano's not going to move up or down?
No, see, the thing is, that's the beauty about the era that we're in right now, the Voltaire era. It's the giving Cardano to the community. So Charles is completely detached from Cardano at that point. I mean, he's a little bit still attached, but once this Chang 4 card update goes through, I mean, that's the beauty of it, really. At the end of the day, yeah, the treasury's great and all, and I love, voting with ADA that's been, pooling for years, but at the end of the day, no one's in control but the community. And that's the beauty of it. That's the irony of it all, is everyone goes, oh, Charles is the face of Cardano. Charles is this, Charles is that. Well, we've been upgrading our chain to the point where Charles is a nobody now. We are in control of the treasury, not Charles.
I agree, but there's a he's an image of it, but also too, Cardano's a $13 billion protocol. Do you guys think that something underneath 100 million doesn't need a face, someone behind it, someone moving it?
I do. I invest in project owners. So for me, DAOs are a little tricky for me. I think you can just put up a poll and let the community vote real quick. But to get shit done, you need like a project leader. That's the way I look at it. That's how I invest personally. So, and decisions can be made quickly when you have a project leader.
Well, let me ask you a question. Who's the leader of Bitcoin then?
I
don't think we can compare it to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's
no, you said under 100 million market cap.
Yeah, under 100 million. Yeah, under 100 million. Do you think you need a leader?
Yes, my personal opinion. I vote yes. Bitcoin
Does that leader need to be doxxed?
Yes, and KYC. My personal opinion.
See, I'm somewhere in between. I disagree. I think it can be. I mean, because SHIB was under 100 million at one point, right? And look what it did. I mean, Pepe was under 100 million. Look what it did. With Bonk, they were all under 100 million. Look what they've done.
Those are rare, though.
Are they though, or do people? I don't know. Sometimes a core person or a core team or whatever. I guess it depends on meme coin versus utility too. But sometimes they can take away from the allure. Sometimes they can take away from the mystique of like, what is this? What is it doing? I've watched a lot of projects. I've watched a lot of projects that didn't have anything that were really successful meme coins, and then they tried to do something, and people were like, "Yeah, I'm out." You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's true. I guess that it's different between meme coin and utility. Like if I can reach out to the project owner and get like a 3 to 5 month plan, it's better than just a community that doesn't know anything. Do you know what I mean? So I guess for investing, depending on how much I'm putting into that project.
I mean, SHIB went to 50. I mean, look at Doge.
That's rare though. That's very, very rare. And they were early. We're talking now.
But the biggest meme coins, however, though the biggest meme coins that are all in the top 100, none of them have a leader. None of them.
Yeah, but you're talking one out of like hundreds of thousands.
But yeah, if the question is how do I create the next $1 billion meme coin, I would say don't do any utility and don't have a leader.
That's funny. That's a great investment.
Seriously though, because
I agree.
Seriously though, because there's no example of doing it the other way or the quote unquote right way.
It's true. It's true, especially if the dev is an asshole and he ruins it for the whole community. I agree with you on that one.
100%.
So, they could ruin it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it could be done both ways. Okay, all right, I'm going to go to meme coins, top meme coins by market cap. Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, Pepe, Whiff, Bonk, Floki, Brett, Book of Meme, Popcat, Mog. Anybody know who runs them?
Jesus.
So we can go, but we can go into like Brett and all the people that were majority holders that pushed those. Like we could say Polly and whatever influence he had over Pepe, but they still had indirect point people that were taking charge and pushing these things.
Okay, well that's different though, right? That's different than a face.
What's a leader? A leader is someone that's just pushing something, that's putting the work behind it.
That's attached to the doxed part.
Yeah, that's fair. For Doge, I guess it's Elon. Elon's the leader.
Yeah, Elon was pushing Doge.
Crash push Brett.
Crash push Brett.
Crash push Brett. Polly push Pepe.
Elon kind of pushed Floki unknowingly.
Yeah, but like docs.
So yeah, there's people pushing these things. It always takes somebody.
I push Shib.
Anyway, that's my opinion.
You gotta have someone behind the veil.
But also, there's utility. So SHIB, SHIB didn't start out with utility, but it ended up with utility. And then
wait. Let's go back. What's the utility of SHIB?
Shibarium. They're developing big time on SHIB.
That's different. The utility of Shibarium is bone.
Fair.
Yeah, don't argue with Zach about this because he's in that ecosystem. His projects are built on that. Don't do it.
Right, SHIB is SHIB. Decentralized at its best. That's not Shibarium. That's two separate entities.
Well,
So
we've got
builds around SHIB.
We've got
the other way.
Maybe to people developing on that platform, but not to the public. Like the general public, like as in the degenerates in the meme coin community, don't see it the way that Zach Subway. And respectfully, I've learned a lot from your comments in this.
But I have to disagree with that one because SHIB is separate, and the people that think SHIB is Shibarium, they're obviously uneducated. So if you follow it, yes, Shaitoshi's behind like the SHIB brand and stuff like that, but they don't own it. They own Bone, they own Leash, they own that whole Shibarium sector. So yes, you'll get that branch off of SHIB because of the marketing, but SHIB is completely separate. So if you get some diehard SHIB heads in here, they will say SHIB is SHIB.
I would like to take it back to what Mutasco said about in terms of general society and governance. And I think if you want to change something, you should be careful that you don't do the same thing as the ones who preceded you. If you go the exact same way, you will probably end up in the same place, right?
Yeah,
I don't know if I agree with that necessarily.
A lot of disagreements today. A lot of disagreements. Go ahead, Tate.
But listen, if you end up in the same exact place as Bill Gates and I do exactly what he did, I'm not complaining. What the fuck?
But more in terms of, I don't see the lack of leadership, in my opinion, in terms of having a company going and stuff. If you don't or an organization, let's call it that. So if you don't have somebody who points a general direction, I think the community is not really going to have as much push on what they want to do.
I agree. You have to have direction. I think at some point when you get to the Bitcoin level, you can have that decentralization, but these are young things, and they can, if you don't have someone that's organizing stuff and getting things in order, it falls apart.
Yes, I can completely agree with that. And we should also remember that, for example, Ethereum is only, 1 decade old now. And if we think, let's say, 20 years, at least most of us are probably alive by then, well, that's a long time in terms of development, where it has gone from 0 to 10, yes, 10th year.
Go ahead, Mutasco.
No. I tagged you on something because you guys were talking about it. We're kind of mixing stories versus narratives here. And you mentioned Floki, and you can kind of go back and look at Floki's story, right? Somebody literally pulled the liquidity and went away with it. And then, and I think the point of me saying story versus narrative is that you mentioned Floki, you mentioned Bonk, Shib, and that what's unique about these tokens that you just mentioned? For some of us who've been here and seen it transition and moved on to where it is today, there's always this beginning story, right? I know the Bonk story, I know the Shib story, I know the Pepe story. The thing is, I think it was what's his name? Steve Jobs that said, "Good artist copy and great artist steal." And I think the stealing part is the narrative, right? So you have a project that just gets, let's say Shiba or Yoshi just put it out there and says, "I believe in this and I don't care, I'm moving on." And then the community took it on. And you guys remember, right? It was literally just like, who's going to do this? And now we have, so it's almost like when a narrative is you take the story and make it your own. Now, we can define what SHIB is, but if you break it down, you know where it's going. So you're not, if you bundle every other crazy meme coin out there and then say, hey, they're probably going to do it. No, somebody has to take something and turn it into something, right? And when we're talking about governance, if you take out Ethereum, okay, it started as it is. And I remember somebody asked Vitalik, he said, what is the most painful regret or your biggest regret or something like that? And he said, the problem I have is you have so many people around you and you don't know who's right, who's the right person to move on with. And if you look at Ethereum, Charles came out of there, Gavin Wood came out of there. So if you take Ethereum, you take Cardano, you take Polkadot, and then if you look into the governance structure, right, you can kind of see some connection there, right, in terms of what are they building, and is this sustainable, right? So with these meme coins and what we're talking about, and I think what I tagged you on, Zach, you're going to find it really interesting. There's a video on it that shows what Jeff Bezos is talking about. Leaders can only go so far. So again, do these projects need leaders? I don't know. We'll find out. We're all going to just sit here and find out at some point. But I think generally we have blueprints of how these things can evolve. And if we copy a little bit there, a little bit here, we could come out with something, and that is build our own narrative. But if you name some of these projects that are at the top, they went from somewhere and then something happened and they're now here. And I think we can all learn something from that.
Appreciate that. And I'll definitely check that out. Base Lord, go ahead, and then Crypto G, and then Zena's got her hand up too.
Yo, I was going to say, I agree. The dev or leader, or whatever, doesn't have to be doxxed as long as they're like following up with some of the things that they're saying. Ryoshi's a great example. Satoshi obviously is a great example. And then you let the community, speculate and build the project, which is really cool. And there's a few that are doing it right now really well. I'm not going to shill. It's not Wednesday. But I wanted to come on and ask questions a little more about what Touch Grass was saying. How can you determine whether or not a project is using that exploit? Because a lot of people do have that spike in the beginning when they airdrop a lot of tokens or it's a pre-sale and everyone sells off. So I just want some clarification on how you could determine that, and also what you would look for other than that.
I mean, I would just say, I would just say just ask the question. And if you get banned from the group, I mean, for asking the question, that could say something in itself. But, I mean, you can kind of see the charts, what it looks like, that initial spike like that. And usually you also, too, look at the wallets. If a lot of wallets are buying all at the same time, different amounts, it's kind of a little bit of a giveaway, but they're not connected. But if you think a little bit, just ask and just see how you get a response to it. You know, because it's not completely easy to identify, especially in a hyped up launch. But yeah, it's very common. Actually, I know a couple of utilities that are coming out pretty soon that are going to make this point and click, like I said earlier, where everyone can easily do this. So you're going to probably see it happening more frequently because no one wants to build a community. No one has time for it. They want to have majority supply control, but they don't want to airdrop themselves tokens because it looks bad. So what do? You bundle snipe, and you make it look like organic holders, and it's not just one person holding 70-80% of the supply, because people check bubble maps because they think that's safe. So it's going to become more common in the next weeks or months. It's just people are not going to know it's happening.
Right, I agree. I mean, there's no way around it then. You can go into the Telegram, and if they say, no, man, nothing's wrong, we're all cool here. You have, 5,000 real members who believe in the project, but the other, 50,000 wallets are fake. It's still going to seem as if it's real. They don't have to ban you. There needs to be a different way to kind of track back some of those wallets or something. Maybe that they don't have any other tokens. I don't know, just some thoughts out there. If that's going to be an exploit that's used over and over, like you said, point and click wise, maybe we all need to do a little research and figure out, which ones have done it already. And then that way we can backtrack and see how we can take that and find other projects that are trying to do that so we can, blast them to the community.
Well, I'd give you a project that did. I mean, you can maybe go back and check the blockchain. A couple. Not going to make it. And French on base. There's plenty of other ones that have. But you can try to see if you can find a pattern to identify it based on how many people are active in the TG and the initial spike and then the sell-offs that are occurring. But look at those. Look at French on base and not going to make it. I could probably think of 30 others right now. But I guess you got to see what patterns you can find in them. And the charts look similar in a sense, but it's going to be hard to know this is happening in the very beginning because the chart, the way it looks after the fact, is not going how it's going to look in the very beginning. You're just going to see this massive spike, essentially. So it's hard to detect it. I don't know any way to know what's happening now besides asking if it had and seeing how people react to your question.
Right. Maybe somebody along the way can develop a protocol or a bot that can kind of run through that and see if it can find some errors or warnings or something.
Well, with all probability, everything is going to be developed at some point, right? I guess in terms of crypto and stuff, we're going to see a really rapid development in terms of the mass adoption that might be coming. So the more people and the more money comes into the general system, the more development is going to go exponential. That's how it usually goes. It's going to be organic mainly as well. But eventually the news are going to catch on as well and cover crypto more than they do.
Totally agree. That's all. I just wanted some clarification and maybe just bring up a few points and things to think about so that way more people don't get scammed and then leave crypto altogether and then lose their, hope in it. It's the future. So
safety is definitely the best measure to teach people first. Go safety first, and then explain them what it is instead of just throwing them into the pit.
We got about 10 minutes left, guys, give or take. We'll go to G and Xena.
Thank you. So back to my point, and just a disclaimer, because I do share the passionate community part when it comes to, being a maxi from like either a meme coin or whatever it is. I think we can all agree to disagree without throwing low blows. With that being said, I think SHIB has utility, and that's my opinion. We can agree to disagree on that. Going back to that, so SHIB has that utility. Bonk has the bot. Brett also has a bot that's deflationary. It has a 1% burn mechanism. With that being said, do you think that those are some of the parameters that would take to make it like the next $1 billion meme coin? What do you think, Zach, or all Zach? Well, both Zachs and Paid.
I'll respond to that a little bit. If I sent if I was rude to you, I do apologize. I'm sorry. First of all, but I do think it does have it can definitely hit, multi-billion utility, I still somewhat disagree. SHIB doesn't really have utility, but the utility is the community and being decentralized, but I do apologize greatly. And if I came at you hard, but on my point, I just wanted people to understand that SHIB is its own ecosystem, and Shibarium is is off of the branding, but it's its own entity with other utility tokens that work around Shibarium. That's all. But I do apologize again. Don't hate me.
Thanks. I don't hate
him a little bit, just a little bit, like we all do.
I gave you a follow.
She wasn't even following you.
I think she was, and then she probably unfollowed me and then followed me back. But it's okay.
Yeah, I did.
I watch everything. I see everything. I'm a ghost.
I gave you a follow.
Paid, go away.
Yeah, I'm chilling, baby. I got good internet right now.
Xena, go ahead. Xena, you there?
Driving.
Oh. I think you're somewhere in the blockchain.
So I can't hear
Well,
but if projects don't have.
oh shit.
No, Xena, I wanted to hear your input. Come on, pull through.
Xena, we can't hear you. She's still talking though.
I can't hear her.
I can't hear her.
Yeah, I can't hear her.
Yeah, she's just unmuted, so I know she's talking. Now she can hear us. Okay. Barkoshi, go ahead. Sorry, Xena. We'll get back to you if we have time.
Yeah, just don't forget about the giveaway. And then on the SHIB thing, I agree. The utility is more the community and the decentralization. Shibarium is built around SHIB to burn SHIB. So that it doesn't bring really any utility to SHIB itself. It's just another mechanism to help burn SHIB, which there are a lot of projects out there that aim to do that, because that's part of the SHIB Army's movement to get to the 1 cent dream. So the true utility and power that you're investing in is the SHIB name and the Army itself. And that's why I say SHIB is SHIB, and everything builds around SHIB, because it has no leaders. Ryoshi left to give us that mission, to give us that vision, and interpret it any way the Army sees fit, and the majority of the Army follows, then that is the winner. That's how the free market works, and that's how decentralization is trying to work. And that's just my opinion on it. And yeah, I hope no one feels disrespected or anything. It's just different points of views. It's no hate in any way, because learning different perspectives is how we all grow.
Preach.
Yeah, appreciate that too, Barkoshi. Let's not forget about the giveaway. We should probably go ahead and do that. Paige, do you have a way we can do that? How did we do it last time? Can you set that up while we go to Kendu and slowly wrap it up?
Last time,
Hey, run it up in the comments so it helps the algorithm.
Well, what we did last time was we just did Twitter picker, and then
Yeah. And I have a tweet already out, so let's do it that way.
Okay, hold on.
Because I got it's the pinned post up there on my profile page. So yeah, if we could pick 3 winners off that, and then we'll make sure we get to everybody in a timely fashion and get you your winnings. Ken Dupe, go ahead, man.
Yo, cheers, Zach. Thanks for a nice space today, everybody. It's been really fun and really interesting. So on the last note, I'd like to say let's have a fucking amazing altcoin season here, guys. Let's run it up to trillions. Let's go.
Love it, brother. All right. Let's see here. Anybody else having last minute words? Or Crad, you never got to speak. Crad, what's up? You got something for us as we close things out, man?
He could just be engagement farming.
Okay. Fair enough. It's probably exactly what's happening. I forgot he was even up here. He didn't say anything. All right, so I guess we'll close it out a few minutes early. We're gonna get the, or do you want to announce the winners here, Paige? What should we do? Should we announce the winners here? They might not be on the space though, because I don't know. There was quite a few entries there.
Yeah, I'm doing the Twitter picker. I'll do the Twitter picker. I'm doing it now, but if you want to do it off space, that works. If you want to do it on space, it works. It's just going to take a few more minutes, so it's up to you.
Yeah, we'll I'll respond to my post with the winners, guys. How about that? I'll respond to the post. There's still time to get in, so retweet my pin post, hit that heart button, and just enter to win while Paige's sorting all that out, and we'll get you guys the winners on that. We'll be back tomorrow, of course, as well. Oh, Mars requesting. He might have something for us here. Don't forget, I'll be back tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Eastern, live. What is tomorrow? Friday, last day of the week. So we'll polish it off tomorrow, and 9:30 to 11:30, Crypto Breakfast Club. We'll be back. Mar, you got something as we close it out?
Yeah, man. 12 o'clock, I'm going to get into a space about blockchain. You know, memes are awesome. We all can make money in memes, but it's not only about memes, and you can learn more about blockchain technology and all the other stuff, guys. But again, great space, Zach, and thank you for everything, man. It's awesome, man. I did speak, by the way, Zach, to the Dominican dude yesterday, so everything is cool. He's doing great,
I did too, man. When you said that, I checked up on him. He's doing good, so that's good stuff, man. No, I appreciate that. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate y'all for coming out again. Have a great rest of your day. We'll get those winners out here soon, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Peace.